I want to take long showers with you assholes.
Them kids would have been a two said
by a bunch of organized whores like yourself.
Just 2 gigs in the car with now, get in with us, but that's all right. Got that later.
Oh, there's 100 morons in my face. It's you. I'll make it.
be a lot more.
Why did you kiss my ear? Why are you holding my hand? On the other hand, between two pillows. Those aren't pillows.
Running around the desert together in Las Vegas, looking for straight.
1, 2, 3,
Live from Scott's parents' basement, this is the Basecast.
Podcast coming to you once again. Another week of excitement. Tonight, we're going to talk about the NFL draft, recapping that, MLB base, moving into the new month. Also, the NBA playoffs, moving to the second round. So let's start off how we always start off, and how did everybody's week go? We'll start with Ed. How'd your week go?
In a few weeks, so I had a whole bunch of weeks to talk about. Oh, I did go to Mexico, had to bribe my way back out of Mexico. Home. Otherwise, I'd just be getting home. Ways. Opening day at Miller Park.
Oh, you did go?
Yeah, I did go with Benny, Jimmy Wright, friends of the show.
Nice.
And I know it's not Miller Fan Park, but I don't remember driving in on Fan Parkway.
Yeah.
The government calls it. It's Miller Parkway.
Yeah, they haven't charged that. Change that.
Yeah.
Huh?
Working for it. They haven't got the signs made yet.
Yeah, it could be it.
Biden's in America. State thing, anyways. But I had a few $11 beers there. And they got those self-serve things now.
For beer?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
You just go up there and take it out of the fridge, and there's. She goes, "You got 4 of them." I'm like, "Yeah, because I like her." Only take 2, and I'm like, "Well, I checked all 4." I don't know what to do. 4 beers in my hand now. They're all like hands, so it's great. The 12
Really?
And I'm like, I gotta, how you wait before get your snap at. You don't want. Walks up and he's standing next to me, looking around. I'm like, what the hell? Glenn?
Night. Who's here?
His daughter's. Oh, so I told you that. So we shuttled in from Stenny's.
Oh, yeah.
We were there pretty early. It was just opening. We're drinking, and we come back into the bathroom. You've been in there. Small bathroom. Yep. There's 2 urinals and a toilet, and there's. I'm standing at the one urinal closest to the toilet. There's the box around the toilet. Partitions. On that one kid comes in, he's trying his hands next to me. So the sink at the other urinal, and then there's the bin. Set my pants up. I take 2 steps back, and he stepped over and switched. I shit you not. And I didn't even know what to say. I'm like, you're just. I go and tell everybody, and they're like, "You just made that." I'm like, "I did not make that," and that is never. Or I don't know, maybe it was warmer. Or I don't know. Yeah, when he came, that didn't happen.
No, you swear that happened.
Yeah, so we're both back. He switches into mine, and I'm just staring gonna do?
Did you go? What was that about?
I will, but I didn't know it's never happened. No, close though. It was weird. So nobody believes.
Strange but true.
Yeah.
That's the show. Good show, guys. That's the end of it. That should be in your closing touch.
A lot of time to think.
Jason.
Tell us about your prom. Come on. Tell us all about it. Rather than it Cubs Brewers.
You know how good of a game that sounds like.
Well,
already.
nobody scored at that game.
Yeah, from pretty clear last.
Where was it at?
That's your first prom. You've been to prom before.
My first one and my last one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's only
I never went to prom.
No.
Yeah,
Right.
last Obi's school didn't do it.
Yeah.
So,
I want to go this year. Girls, we'll see.
oh Willie. Oh, dear.
There's like bars in front of it.
Awkward. How'd I do? What did I do? I went to Evanston on Saturday. Watched my daughter play soccer against the Wildcats. Beat them 1-0 on a rainy day. My pants were like so.
Wildcats or Goldie Hawn's Wildcats?
Oh yes, the Northwestern.
Make a joke about why he's pants. Yeah,
I know it. I was walking the right
I know.
down the
Put it right on the
I
dress,
did.
and you know.
Teed it up for you, man.
Wow.
I can't believe you
I know.
Missed it.
We'll be joined by Adam in a little bit. But good, bad, and the ugly, like we always do. Let's go to. Let's start with the ugly. Ed, you can start.
My ugly?
Yep.
All the animal at those NBA games. Crazy lady dresses as a ref. If you see it, I don't know if it was John Boy or one of them does like a replay of it. One step onto that court, and that security broad drills her. I mean, it was like
I just there was like someone recording for him. Right? These four people sprint right after him.
oh, they saw that coming from a mile away. What? Your head's just like bouncing off the floor. It was,
They had a video bringing her down the
Yeah.
floor. He was going.
she deserved it. And then there was another self to a
And the guy that's
basketball
doing
hoop.
that a few years ago, a lot of states changed their laws. That's that's felony trespassing charge.
Yeah.
Because after those guys jumped in and beat up the third base coach for some reason.
Police or
Yeah.
whatever the name was.
Yeah, that was at
and
Royals, wasn't it?
Committee Park.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah. They made it into it wasn't like that, but when they have it, once you want to feel felony trespassing, supposedly, I don't know.
It doesn't matter.
But I'm sure a
Yeah.
lot of states adopt that. I mean,
I'll look it up.
it doesn't stop.
Minneapolis.
No, it doesn't
There's
stop.
no
people.
cops there, is there?
These all happen to Minneapolis?
One when she got the one
Was
when
it
she
Utah?
changed-
One of them?
No, it the one when she changed herself. Changed herself to the hoop was in Memphis.
Because they're calling chicken herds because they have bird flu.
Yeah.
Glenn Clare, the owner.
Yeah,
he
Of
has
the
these farms.
Timberwolves,
chicken farm or something.
they're dying of bird flu, and they're
Yeah,
saying
and killing them because that's what CDC recommends.
he has to.
Yeah.
And let them, you know, all.
Well, that's ugly. It's ridiculous.
You got an ugly, Jason?
The punishment for running onto a field in the National Football League, you get revoked of your tickets for life. It's the state laws.
Yeah.
It's
Okay,
state
so-
laws. It's a $1,000 fine. $1,000
Yeah,
fine.
in Chicago, it's got to be
Yeah, I'm sure.
anybody with anything else. You know?
Yeah.
How many people?
You trespass though?
No.
Like that one guy though. Like he got on himself the next night.
Yeah, but I think they not let him have it. There was a
No.
rumor.
They gave him money. Got the money. That's how he got himself out on bail.
No, I don't know.
He
I thought
bailed
they
himself
fought
out
him. I
on
thought the casino was fighting him.
He he got on bail on that money. I know that.
You're
Besides that shirt.
it's
It's
a
awesome, dude.
flaming hot Cheeto shirt. It looks like a NASCAR shirt. It's awesome.
It is.
Feels
It's
awesome.
it's nice and lightweight. Looks
Yeah,
like a
it's-
dry fit shirt.
Is it,
It
hot?
is.
My ugly is so one prominent college that did not have a. It was University of Texas.
Yeah,
Two players selected, not one from the University.
That's crazy.
Look at this. University of Connecticut, I think they had one win. They had two players. The one team that UConn Yale, they had one person take it as a quarterback. So what does that tell you about? Let's think about all the good-
Texas had 17 taken in one draft. I think it's the record, or 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now they're down to 0.
I think it's 0. Well, like Big 11. What are they now?
They go in the SEC next year.
Yeah, but what are they? 11?
Big 12.
Big 12.
12,
Big
yes.
12. Yeah, Big 12.
Yeah.
It
Hence
was
the Big 11.
Big 11. Big 14, whatever.
They would be SEC.
Moving up.
It's
Not going to be a great
it's-
move. They can't get no
Well,
pros.
yes,
I think it's 2 or 3 years into it.
It was
Nah,
next
I think
year.
it's next year.
Next year
They've been
is,
talking about this for
Oklahoma
years.
and Texas.
Yeah.
Big.
Yeah, look it up. Yeah, we'll say.
My ugly is where they put that parking lot behind the school.
Yeah.
You couldn't. I mean, the big thing all week, they were going to have people on the Bellagio fountains, and
Where that
they
was.
had a stage out there where NFL Network was doing it, and they had like a walkway, but they didn't. I don't know if that's or what.
No, that's where the draft was. The canopy, that was where fans sat.
No, came on that stage.
Yeah.
And waved to the fans.
Somebody got married up.
First round at the Bellagio then?
No, all the players came. Like they were like,
yeah.
like they walked through like a tunnel and they got to the thing. They weren't from across the street. I believe. And the thing they had on the fountains wasn't so couldn't fit. Like they had a green room area, like edges in there where they could be separated, kind of
Mhm.
like privacy, make it look fancy.
Well, for the family.
But like set up in a parking lot.
Well, did you see even some of the stats? Like cone time, and then it was like your vertical jump, your 40 time, and then it was from the room all the way up to the draft stage.
Room to the stage.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. Minutes.
It was weird. Oh, Jeff, good evening. Good evening, gentlemen.
Texas makes move to the SEC July 1st, 2025.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Signed last year, and all the processing stuff this next
We
year.
better start bringing in some players.
I mean,
Yeah.
think the state of Texas and how they can't keep it.
It actually has 3 number 1 right now. So we'll see. They have their quarterback of my class is going. They have the number 1 quarterback for 2022. So
So yeah, the draft stage. It looked like it was at Kmart parking lot in Kenosha. It was
No.
weird. Yeah, it was weird. It was just a weird thing. So, like Nashville had the nice one year, and
Yeah.
you could see the city behind them. Every
having
time.
it in Cleveland's nicer. Well, Cleveland's next year.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah. So Ed, you're bad. You're bad.
I don't know if we're going to talk about this later. The Trevor Bauer suspension.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
I mean, the guy. I'm not a big fan of Trevor Bauer, but get a 2.5-year suspension for not even breaking. It looks bad
Just
for
because
baseball.
someone said something, I guess.
And she's been multiple lies since then. And she works for the Padres. Tatis and one of the other players are ready. She's like 27. With Bauer, there's multiple and things going back. I wouldn't say it exonerates them, but it looks really bad on her part as well.
You're not going to get charged with it.
No, they've already decided they're not in order, and the judge threw it out because it was all fake. It was all lies. They've got evidence. We haven't seen a lot of it. The media won't because she's a victim. But I mean, he's just possibly, this could be a juicy Smollett. Don't know.
Yeah, it could ruin it. Well,
He'll never play. Yeah. For me, I was in my first player. But now he's going to sue them. He's going to win his money. He's going to have to. I don't know. Not pay him that $100 million.
yeah, it's kind of crazy.
But they're firing to keep him from playing. It seems it's really easy. And it looks bad for everybody.
I remember when COVID and everything was going when it first started. He was one of the people that his feelings and about this whole thing. He didn't hold anything back.
He
It
never
makes me
does.
wonder, that hey, MLB any chance they're going to put a book.
Oh,
out.
he's commissioner.
Oh,
Too.
yeah, he sure
And he
is.
cut his finger on a drone during the World Series and get pitched the Cubs.
Yep. Yeah.
He's insane. I mean, there's no doubt. I mean, he's off, but he's still a top 10. So, pretty crazy situation. Everybody seems to be in the wrong. You're bad.
My bad was just watching those quarterbacks. And finally, like Malik Willis said, nothing's going to happen for a while.
And it's crazy because it goes because this is what they're told by their agencies, people that they're going to get drafted. It's not them. You're going to get drafted.
And the NFL wanted Malik Willis in there because it looks good for the league.
So, obviously, Ken there.
Yeah.
He was there too. So it was like, I get it. I mean, Pittsburgh wasn't two teams that showed their hand. Maybe besides the Lions, that we knew they were taking Hutchinson. No way they weren't. There. Pittsburgh said the whole time, we like that we're taking him if he's there, and he was there. So they didn't have to. And that's what you need to do in a draft. You're going to move up and make big wholesale changes. There, they took Ritter or Malik Wilson. I don't know. Who knows? They might win. Who's their quarterback? It's Trubisky's there.
Trubisky
And what's his
and
name?
Rudolph, they still have to though.
Yeah, Rudolph's still there.
So,
Hodges retired. Elvin Hodges, Duck Hodges retired
And then
from
they
football.
Haskins.
Hodges,
Yeah.
And they would have drafted a quarterback, but
Well, you just Trubisky and Rudolph battle out for starting. We have them battle it out now.
I'm not sure that goes out.
This guy, he's not going to win that job.
The makeup of the team,
You never know. Although
Kenny Pickett.
did like this.
they upgraded their line a little bit too this off. I mean, if they
And
can run
they have a solid.
solid, so I mean, if they and they're in a division,
It's anybody's game. I think.
well, that's the Bengals. The Bengals are very good. Yeah,
Well,
They got better.
and they got better with the off.
and you got to see how the Browns will play out too.
And I agree because I like Stephanowski. Now with Watson,
And Cooper, they have.
agree. They're gonna be better than they were with.
Baseball doesn't hear about Watson.
You're bad.
My bad was the poor quarterbacks in the green room again. Once again.
Is it like I said? There were mocks saying second to the Lions. I saw
Oh yeah, there was
from
a bunch
major
of stuff.
guys, and it
Well,
was
that's why
like,
I kept saying top 10. I thought I didn't think the Lions because I think Hutchinson is more valuable. I think than any. But I mean, yeah, teams at the end. Yeah, Lions had a pick. They traded up to get Jameson Williams, correct?
Right.
Yep.
And he's going to be maybe miss a lot of the year. He's still grabbing smart. I mean, a team that knows they can't win next year, and they look at if they end up having a year, and I don't think if they win 4 games, which is they can win. Who knows? The way NFL is, they can win 10.
they're still going to get an 8 or a 10 pick.
That's quarterback next year.
Yep.
Right. Oh yeah.
There's going to be the kids from Alabama will be available. And the kids Strauss from Ohio State. All right, those
Yep. Yep.
Bryce whatever from Alabama. Big ones. So those are they're being top 2, but that if I need a quarter like the Jets are up there, going to take a quarterback again. I don't think we don't know.
I think the Lions this year with the Vikings and the Packers right now. Yeah. Good. I mean, Rodgers is on his way out, though. I mean, he's only got a couple
He's
years
smart. You
left.
got this guy, and he's
way out
Yep.
too. They're getting old. You're looking for two. I mean, and
For you next year,
build your team now.
2023, he starts your starting receiver. That's perfect. That's what you want. That works out.
You know, it's funny. We talked about the Alabama quarterback who was the Heisman. We forget who they are.
Oh yeah, yeah.
What's
Oh,
their name?
So, there's a few of them. And I'm gonna and I'm gonna go bad with. I first say this about it, but it was a weird pick. Patriots lineman pick at 20 something. They said it was a great pick because he's instantly been there at 100 when they picked later. And we don't know this. I guess me saying, but I guess on the flip side, that's how the Patriots do it. They don't care what you think. They're going to take who they want, and they're going to spot. But could have got somebody else there and flipped them around and got.
In the second or
Yeah,
third round.
I mean, I don't know,
easy.
but they say they say a lot of people say was the best. This kid. So if he's the best guard in the draft, then why they're wrong for taking him? I don't get bad for me too. These people that do draft analysis after the draft, I don't mind if you talk about, but no sense to me. I mean, you don't. One guy gives a team A, another team gives the same team a D. You get your philosophy from? I don't understand. I don't.
And the one
One common goal in general. Am I right? They should all have the same aspect.
No, because they're fake.
they're analysts. Yeah,
Their job is a right to,
just like ours. We're not going to have the same opinion.
That was my favorite because then I just look at usually every year the Bears are terrible, every year the Packers are the best. He says it, and every year he picks the Packers win the Super Bowl. He does. I'm not kidding you.
Well, he gets close.
So I just look into him and see if he's like he was from Wisconsin because for being out, he's a pretty highly regarded. He does it but every year it's the same thing. Like, dude, I mean, and then I look another play. Both the Bears get in Packers with keys, and I see somewhere else they both get keys, and they both got like.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
And almost everyone that I saw about the Packers and the Bears, because those are two teams I'm really on.
Mhm.
It was the same. Well, the Packers should have drafted a wide receiver. And then they should have took Sky Moore with their pick or whoever it was. I can't remember. Was it Pickens? Yeah, they should have took him, and they got to build around their quarterback. Both teams. The teams aren't on the same page with you.
I will say this: both the Packers and the Bears, they're both going to be upset to get picked. They're forgot where they were. I think they're both going to look back. I think Pickens, if he can be any. What the story on him wasn't he was like a problem kid, but he was a lot of them. And that's what kind of turns people off. And I get that when you're in this team sport, but you get the NFL. It's still on me, but it's about performing too. So you got to be. And where the Pickens end up? I off the top of my head. We have his first name, George Pickens. Yeah. And the thing about it is that I think they're both going to be upset because the Packers have to trade got him, and I do like what he took, but we got to report him. His hands
are bad.
He drops a lot of balls, and his route running needs to be.
About the Adams though, too.
Yeah, but Rodgers don't have the year.
I know that.
That
I might pick one more guy up.
I'm going to tell you right now, for all these people that Rodgers side about him, he was all he did was for money because he was fine with it. He had he was kind of non-sure, didn't throw because he got his money. That was his goal. He used it as leverage to make $50 million a year. I mean, good
Somebody
for him.
was talking about Kyler thing, and it was the same thing. And it's all for leverage. He ain't going anywhere. They're not. That was their whole. That they drafted a number one guy the year before, quarterback
They
Rosen,
two number one quarterbacks in a row. Yep.
in a row, and they got rid of the other guy. That was their guy, Kyler Murray.
They took his options and made like $30 million next year.
Yeah, they're screwing him over now. Lamar Jackson. Oh, he's turned off his or whatever. I don't even know what those things are.
Well, we'll get to that.
George. By the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yes, I'm telling you, man. It's going to be interesting. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. So let's go with our good.
The first week of the season, the Brewers starting pitching, which has gotten much better. 10 saves already.
He was reliever of the month.
RBI
the year already.
Taylor Rogers not far behind.
Right.
Though. He's having a great year too, quietly for Padres.
Yeah,
it's a
he's
great
on a good
trade by
team,
them.
yeah.
Great trade by them. to
And,
get
and
him.
this team kind of sucks, but David Robinson,
He was
He's
close.
going to get traded.
Yeah, that's good though. Good for the Cubs.
You give him, he's going to have one or two. Him and Givens are going to get traded. And
Contreras.
Wick and Rowan Wick is going to be the new.
Which is you get traded.
Yeah, he's gonna go.
Yeah, he's gonna go.
full rebuild.
They're in the middle of it.
So good. Sure.
Yeah, Josh Hader. It's ridiculous.
Good at Willie.
Great one.
I'm a stick with Scott and I. We watched when making
Yes.
he was so excited.
Yeah.
And I mean, there was like 2 or 3 of them. To me, that was like part of it there. These kids were so psyched up. I mean, and the players played well. Chest bump and fist bump and all that like that. So that was my game.
You remember that? And I had the sound off on mine. So I was at home. And I'm stage, he's jumping everywhere.
Oh, he was just wired.
Yeah,
man.
it was awesome. Once you kind of figured out what was going on, and
Right.
I thought it was just some guy. I thought it was one of those.
My good is gonna years off. I'm going to basketball. I'm gonna go. My good is Mike Budenholzer. He's made. A year ago, we were talking about him being fired. The championship. Now in 4 games, the Bucks have won by game against playoff teams. The Bulls, yeah,
Without
but
Chris Middleton.
then they go Boston, a team I said and a lot of people said, but their game good. I mean, it still worries me at times they allowed a 3, but they're pushing right buttons and Budenholzer. I mean, I guess if they get swept after tonight, I guess I'll change my good. But he's I mean, there was one point in the game the other night when Drew Holiday came off the court yesterday, and he was kind of in Drew Holiday's ear. And credit Drew Holiday as a professional, took it, shook us. I got you, coach. Instead of being, he was mad because coach yelled at me. I mean, these are people's. This is not. It's like a job. That's the boss. You didn't like what you did, and he got 2 fouls. That's what happened when he got in. Drew Holiday played. I just think it's good. Budenholzer knows what he's doing. I think the players respect him. I think this team. I mean, we'll talk about basketball in a minute, but I just think the reason my tune has changed because Middleton's off the court. And I think Middleton is a huge downgrade. He's going to find out if they can win this round in a tough situation. When he comes, going to be forced to play him, and you're going to see what happens. Court doesn't get spread out well with him. He wants isolation. He wants baseline turnarounds, which is great. You go baseline turnarounds with your back court is passing. Giannis does it because he's so strong and tall. He can turn it. Middleton's not. I think right now, Middleton is just scoring right now. Middleton's in the. Yeah, he really is. This team, they've got Matthews who's playing great when they need him for scoring. They got Porter who's scoring. That scores because a little deep. They got their and it could go all bad in the next 4 games. We could talk something different next Monday. But
It's a different team. It looks faster.
yeah, they look like
Like you said, they're spread out, and I've been watching because I get some of these games on regular, and it looks like a completely different team.
Mhm.
Drew Holiday's making more of a point to get him the ball. He's making his shots.
Yeah.
The 2 goofy white guys, they keep making their shots.
Jonathan, Grayson Allen.
Yeah, they're hitting their. That's their job.
And that's the key. They got
It's
to
a
make shots.
different game when Middleton's in there. It's like almost like a.
And they spread the ball. They're spreading the court really well. I was impressed. I was impressed yesterday with them. And the Bucks didn't shoot. The Bucks had their struggles shooting, but their defense on the game was. I didn't think they could. I didn't think Boston's like tough D and just aggressive and beating each other up. And the Bucks were the angrier team as close.
What I saw, and it was like, there goes defense.
Yeah, they
Didn't see it.
that's a
Nets.
a great thing today. Dan Shaughnessy from the Boston Globe wrote an article. I wish I would have saved it. But the first prayer like this, he said, "Yeah, boss, and that this team has a 2-time MVP, and this is how defense is played. You guys can start buying your tickets to Miami for the conference finals if you want. Make sure they're refunded." And this guy is a Boston writer.
yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
He's been there forever.
yeah, they can see this stuff fair. And then when you see a writer from another team after a game, when he saw what we all saw, it was like, wow, this is good enough to win it again. I think playing like if they play like yesterday year, they're gonna win. They're gonna win the championship. They really they have no shot. They really don't.
If you watch the first 8 minutes, they had like 7 turnovers.
They
And
were-
it was,
Here we go.
I was like, that's what everybody was, it's just going to run all over them. And they knew what they were talking
Then
about.
they came out of that timeout and the Bucks started like doubling every chasing around. It was
The first quarter.
It was almost like middle school basketball. They were chasing the ball, double teaming the ball, making sure Jalen Brown and Jason Kingman, everybody else take shots. And Horford take a three. If you make it, good for you. I'm fine with that. And Jalen Brown, all those guys.
Who's that smart guy?
Yeah, he's Marcus Smart. Yeah.
I still understand how he is.
He's a good defender.
He's a
Oh.
good defender, but I know.
He's messed up.
Well, like even before that, before he got hurt, we were watching.
He's that guy. Bobby Portis
He's
type guy.
He's
too.
a younger version of PJ Tucker. That's why he
Yeah,
got the player of the year.
exactly.
And he's a solid decent scorer. So
He's the guy when he's when he's playing against you,
it's
you
like,
hate
oh,
him.
crap all night with this.
But I'll tell you what, he knocked over a couple, grabbed them and helped them up the other team.
Yep.
You know, he looked like he was going to stab him.
Yeah.
You know, when you look, hug. He seemed like a pretty straight up good guy.
Yeah.
You know, when he played against them, he's rough.
Captain Currency said go Middleton. That's it.
I have a good
Middleton in 6.
Yeah. What's your good?
Cubs baseball.
yeah.
Here, this comes up red season, so I seen a clip of this happened yesterday. Foul pop up, comes down quickly, stretch. Umpire says safe off the screen. Okay. Next. Over the dugout, reaches over, doesn't catch it.
That's ball home run.
Over the infield, 4 guys stand around it. Drop. And then the pitcher picks it up, throws it in his glove, and
We talked about this before. There were people that had the red stick above the Cubs. And it was awful.
I thought the Reds were
The Cubs team's not great. What? They're better than that red.
Well, you can
Pitching.
get lucky with 3 pitchers. Mike,
Yeah.
skills with pitching, okay. Hendrick has been doing a solid job. Oh, he pitched great yesterday.
Yeah, great game.
He had a
through,
great game.
through 22 games, the worst record through 22 games. As they are 3
In history,
19
you're saying?
in the modern day era.
For that Baltimore Orioles team.
88.
Yeah.
When they were 1-21.
Yeah, that was awful.
Let's talk a little more about we'll get the NBA. We'll go through the NBA a little. The NBA right now, the Bucks are up 1-0. Game 2 is tomorrow night, which is Tuesday. So they'll have 3 games underneath their. Also yesterday, go to the wire. Great game. Klay Thompson is too late. And I don't know about the NBA yesterday. They do not replay anything unless they have talent. They had which I terrible with their replays every time a ball goes out of bounds. But it was odd because what happens with left, Klay Thompson is 2 free throws. Like we don't know. Both don't know. Instead, they go to a jump ball middle of the court.
That's
So
not what they're doing this year.
no,
Because I know last year,
they-
in the finals, they were doing
they
everything.
took it away this year.
Okay.
And well, then it showed the replay. It was actually out of Memphis. They would get the ball back in game 1 more. Well, of course, Memphis gets the tip.
Yeah.
Flip up and kind of was a shot he usually he makes, but he just got pretty confident. So great game. I think that series will be a great series up and down. Tonight you have Phoenix and Dallas is blowing out.
No, up by 1 at half.
Oh, Miami is.
Yep.
They're up by
He
8.
made an
8 right now.
Okay, so Miami with Joel Embiid being out, orbital fracture, he gets reassessed on Wednesday. He could come back. It was probably the first game in Philly.
4, they're possibly saying now.
Game 4 now.
Yep.
So win 1 here without him, and I don't know if they can win 1 without him.
Well,
We'll see.
now they're saying Jimmy Butler is on and off.
Oh well,
So-
that might be the equalizer.
Euro's got 17 points.
Huh?
The playoffs before.
Yeah.
I think he's playing the playoffs his whole life.
Well, they
Yeah.
beat the bubble.
I know. He's playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for that kid.
Good coach, too. The most underrated.
In fact, Steph Curry's 4-0 and his the game by 2 or less points.
Yeah, he is because he won. Games, but decided by
Yeah,
2
yeah,
or less
yeah.
points. That's what you meant. So those are the series going on. We think I had Boston and Golden State in the finals. And I don't know if they're built. I don't know. I can't remember.
I had Miami. Somebody.
I didn't write every.
I don't remember.
I know. I had Boston.
Here it is.
There you go. And then
Miami, Memphis.
there you go. Oh, that's a good call. I like it. Where were you at?
I don't.
Eric had the Bucks for sure. He did say Bucks
He
on
did.
3
Yes,
points.
yes.
Yes. And
I had Memphis win in that, and Miami win in
I
that.
did Miami.
I think I had Boston.
You had Boston over. I know you
Against-
did.
Yeah, that's what I can remember. I don't know. I think I put Golden State against Phoenix.
That I got the Trapper keeper here.
A matchup that I want to see in the finals is Boston Grizzlies. I feel that'd be a fun finals to watch.
That's only one off for mine.
Yeah, there you go.
I didn't pick the Bucks, but man, I don't know. After that game, Boston, they looked really good.
You know, they only
I-
10 2-pointers in the game.
Yeah.
Boston did.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
the
they took a
lowest.
shit ton of shots,
That's like the lowest they've ever shot ever.
but they couldn't. They can't go inside on the Bucks. The Bucks got 3 bigs in there.
Their length is hard for him.
Yeah.
It really is.
And
That's what
Lopez,
she said.
and Lopez, if he doesn't block it, he cries that it was a foul.
Yeah.
He is such a whiny baby.
He does. You are
I
correct.
know.
You are correct.
I love watching him play because he's all over the place.
I believe that Boston's honestly with the Bucks. That's the best series I think out of the whole playoffs will be. Bucks and Boston. I feel like out of the whole playoffs that'll be the best
It's,
series.
No.
it's pretty evenly
I
matched.
like Golden. I like the
Memphis Golden
the
State.
Golden States. If they get if that one, but I also like the Suns Golden State. That goes that far too. Pretty interesting.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Well, Devin Booker's supposed to be back.
Yeah, when is he supposed to be back?
He's supposed to be back pretty quickly, I believe. I think he's back tonight. They're saying.
Yeah, he's been back last series.
Oh, he was back
He
last
came
series?
back last game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's back.
Yeah, so tomorrow night, 2 games in a row on TNT. You got the Bucks, Boston,
Yeah.
Golden State, Memphis. It's a good night of basketball.
Another
So-
good night of
Yeah.
basketball. So, let's I'm gonna try getting Adam on here in a minute. We'll talk about NHL real quick, about 10 minutes of NHL hockey.
in a while.
Yeah, we'll let Adam take it away. We work friends and listen, and Willie can talk about it.
How about that?
I saw one bad hit today in a game where a guy got a major.
I know.
Oh, already the playoffs. Yeah, it started
he
tonight,
was
huh?
kicked out. Yeah,
Winner-
so I think
winner-
it was Tampa Bay Toronto game. I'm guessing
Oh no, it was probably a Carolina.
Boston.
Carolina.
No, it was
No, okay. Toronto, and Tampa Bay play tonight. Florida and Washington play tonight. Carolina and Boston play tonight. Minnesota and St. Louis plays tonight. And Edmonton and Los Angeles. They have a lot of games tonight.
yeah. There's a lot of games.
They got them packed in. So
Vincent
there's,
Stroheck got ejected from the game.
That's the one.
The other day, actually.
did he find the information that he's looking for?
Adam?
Yeah.
I just texted him. This is
Yeah, see what he says. Oh, Glenn says Ed's playing hot tonight.
That's right.
Why isn't Glenn here?
Yeah, where's Glenn?
across the street.
Yeah, look at that.
I thought Glenn's my buddy. I see him at baseball games when I go there by myself.
With 4 beers. You got one of those shower stalls? Yeah, why don't you give us one real quick?
I got. Let me find some.
Give us one while we're trying to get Adam set up here. Give us some
Okay.
from your
I did a
wisdom.
I got let's see, which ones do I got? Oh, this one's pretty bad. I think we talked about this a little bit. Okay. So there was a guy in Colorado. He woke up in a bad mood the other day. He first took an aspirin to see if it helped, but alas, it did not relieve his pain. He jumped in the shower, shampooed his hair. He brushed his teeth with toothpaste. He dried off and put on his whitest tennis shoes, spandex pants, and a nice polyester shirt. As he walked out of his house for the last time and admired his solar panels that covered his shingle roof, he jumped in his car, popped a Rage Against the Machine CD in the player, began his 1,600-mile journey to Washington, D.C. Although he had to stop numerous times to refuel, he never deviated from his mission. When he arrived in D.C., he went straight to the Supreme Court. There, he pulled out a plastic gas can and doused himself with gasoline. He then pulled out his trusty Bic lighter and lit himself on fire, all to protest the petroleum. If you guys want to know, all those things are made with petroleum that he uses every day.
Yep.
But he burned himself to death on the Supreme Court stairs. He drove all the way there. It's freaking ridiculous.
And you burned yourself.
Yeah, in your polyester pants.
That's
and,
a fun way to go.
Oh yeah, that's dedication. That's some devotion right there to your cause. At least the guy believes in his cause. But
If I'm being honest, I feel like I learned more from that than I do in school.
every one of those things, shampoo, shingle roof, everything.
Yeah,
Things.
Glenn's on fire. The world's largest bag of Cheetos.
Wow.
Glenn's on a roll tonight. Give him some butter. Yeah, I read that article about that guy, and I just sat back and I was like, number one, I mean,
He talked years before about burning himself. to
nobody
death.
listens. No, when violence happens, I don't listen to you. Violence doesn't get your point. Not at all.
Stand there and screaming in somebody's face and throwing bottles at them. You're like, okay, I don't. This
I'm not listening because I got a doctor.
Yeah.
Not gonna listen when I'm just
My hearing's not that good anymore. My head's
the
moving.
wind's moving through my head too fast.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little about the MLB real quick. I don't know. We'll talk in a few minutes. So it kind of I kind of got the power. I'm not a big power ranking guy, but I got the power rankings here, and pretty crazy. A couple teams cracking the top 5 here. Well, top 10 that we didn't have in our picks. You have the Angels, who are playing pretty well now. Taylor Ward is having a real good year from the start.
Player of the month.
Yeah,
in the AL.
if that keeps up with Trout and all them, and they with the pitching of Syndergaard, Lorenzen, and Sandoval.
Thanks, Shohei.
Yeah, and Shohei. So I mean,
Yeah.
this team is solid. Also, a team, the Mets on top. Finally, their buying sprees are working.
We're gonna
At least through month 1.
They've started strong a couple times now recently, but they released Cano today.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Hit like
Hey,
it was 191 or
They eat $40 million out of it, so
And for the Blue Jays, the Mets have won every series this year. They're 7-0 in a series. What was that, Willie? I'm sorry.
it was hitting the buck 91. And I guess they kept him around a long time because he's really good in the clubhouse. He's good with sharing stuff about the game with these guys, especially the rookies.
You guys see the Mets haven't lost a series. They're 7-0 in their series this year. They haven't lost a series. For the Blue Jays, they're up there. Kevin Gausman, 41 strikeouts, no walks so far this year.
Who does he sound like from last year?
Corbin Burns.
Yep.
He's like 58.
He lost to the Cubs again yesterday.
Yeah, 2 losses like the Cubs. They can't beat the Cubs. He pitched well this time. Though.
Yeah, he pitched out. The Cubs just picked out a few that.
And who's not pitching good? Woodruff, who I considered that was my Cy Young pick.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's
early,
And Eric Lauer's been lights out.
Well, and Woodruff, remember, he just took him on a stretch last year. He was the guy that kind of
I
struggled with
know.
all those guys.
Starting to worry me.
Yeah, we'll see. Yankees, who a couple of us didn't pick, some did, but Yankees are playing real well. 9 in a row now.
best team in baseball.
Dodgers, this is funny on this ranking. When you wrote this, the guy's like, I can't put them on top and lose a dime back in the series. There's consequences. So they put them for the Angels, the Giants, who always are around, the Padres, the Brewers, the Twins, kind of a stride with some of those some didn't. Cardinals, end of the top 10. That's their top 10.
Our Detroit pick not looking so great.
Detroit,
It's early.
let's hope they work it through.
There is hardly any hitting going on in
But
baseball
the team
right now.
that's really struggling right now, that's kind of looking like, what do they do if it's the White Sox?
Oh, boy.
What do they do at the trade deadline if this is still going on? Do they just hope? I mean, the one guy who needs to go is a Brady. Just because his age and they can get something for him, they have to do it either way, I think, at this point. I don't know what they're going to do. I mean, their team is built to win, and they're not winning. And I know it's early.
They're missing their third baseman, their left fielder now. Pitchers have been banged up. Giolito's been banged up. Kopech's pitching awesome. Got 0 wins.
Yeah.
He's pitching.
They
He's
can't
only
hit.
They cannot score runs for anybody. They won today. I think they shut out somebody. I think 2-0.
Yeah, still in East, 11 Ks, 7 innings, 1 hit.
Yeah, they have to though because they're not scoring runs.
What was the final score? 2-0?
Today?
Yeah, 3-0.
3-0.
Does La Russa go?
Well, that's what I think. I think he's
you
a
got
problem.
to.
I don't think that's the right fit for a team like that. I'm not saying but the young guys, I don't like the whole. I don't like his. We don't like this when he was hired.
No one.
We thought it should have been all of us thought it should be AJ Hinch. I thought we agreed with AJ Hinch. Yeah,
Where is he? Detroit, right?
Detroit. Yeah, and I'm not. And Lewis isn't. He hasn't managed in how many years, and they just give him this young team.
11
that's,
years or
this
something?
isn't a team that it's different if it's an older team like the Dusty Baker year when they with Alou and all them. That's different. I get that. When you got a young team, sometimes this philosophy gets old, and you got this guy trying to talk to these young kids, and it's just there's a gap there.
Well, yet again, it works or it doesn't work. Like Dusty Baker going to the Astros, it obviously worked. They went back to the World Series when.
But there are a lot of veterans. Too.
Yeah,
I know. Yeah,
this team's the White Sox team is very young. Yeah. They're young. So
I saw a video the other day popped up. I don't know if it was on TikTok or whatever, one of those things, and it was Kirk Gibson hitting his home run. You know, where he can't even walk. Great at bat. I mean, against Eckersley was just, and they show the managers that it's like, I think it was an 0-2 count, or was it 1-2? No, it started 0-2, and I think it went all the way to 3-2. And they're showing the managers that it's like one's all full of, linguine, and the other's full of liquor, And you're, and that was 30
some, right?
Yeah, and that was 34 years ago. I think it was 34, right? 88, wasn't that one?
Yeah.
89?
Yeah.
Right around
88 or 80. No,
Yeah.
88 was it 88 earthquake?
Earthquake it was.
89 it would have been. It would have been 89.
Yeah, it's right in there.
Oh,
So it's 30 some years.
74, I think.
Yeah,
So he's won with the A's. He won with the Cardinals, obviously.
Yes.
And now he's
won with the White Sox too.
Oh yeah.
In 83.
Yeah.
Is that right? 83 he was the manager, wasn't he?
I believe so, yeah. He's a win. I mean, he's won, but it's like it's one of those things. And it'd be different if they brought him in to be a consultant, like almost like or a GM. I don't know. They like their GM, but
clubhouse.
Is it Rick Hahn?
Yes.
Rick Hahn.
I don't know. I just think I don't like. I think that might be part of the problem. I just don't like. I don't know. It's weird.
I want to bring up former Cubs, Rizzo and Schwarber.
Yeah,
a 3-run homer, Rizzo, or 3-run.
3 home runs in one game. He was leading the major leagues in home runs for that couple of days.
Rizzo?
Yeah.
And Schwarber's hit 3 and 3 at bats yesterday.
12 home runs in 11 games. Something like that.
Who?
Schwarber?
Yeah,
he's got 7 this year.
Yeah, he had 2 last night against Scherzer.
Yeah, off of Scherzer. Yeah. So his first 3, I mean, his last at bat on
Rizzo with 9.
Yeah, and
Schwarber with 7.
Yeah, Schwarber's last at bat the other night he homered. His first 2 off of Scherzer, he homered again.
Well, the second one off of Scherzer was off of one knee.
And he's not even hitting 200.
No.
But he's got a ton of walks now.
Yeah, he's on bases probably upwards of 350, and
you're just starting to see hitting come around. There's only been a few guys that.
Yeah, I know his averages are great right now.
Try and go outside. You can't even cut the lawn. It's so freaking cold.
Schwarber's OPS is 838.
What's his on base? What's the on base percentage?
On base percentage right now is 318.
Yeah, so
and he's hitting under 200.
His slugging is 520.
Yeah, he's hitting the ball.
Yeah, he's that's what you pay him for though. You want those home runs?
Oh, he's going to come around.
Runs.
He's their DH. So
yeah. Well, if he goes 1 for 4 every game and on average hits a couple home runs, you got 250. That's what you want. It's 3 home runs a week that helps you win.
That's what you pay for.
Yeah, so you're not paying him to get on bases, steal bases. That's not what his job is.
He's my MVP. I think so.
So do we get is he still walking back from yoga?
I think he is. He's practicing the downward dog on his way home.
I think that's illegal in Chicago now.
Well, let's talk about the draft then real quick. We'll run through the draft, and a couple things with the draft is not. I mean, like we talked a couple things, but who did you? Let's talk about a few. Let's talk about our teams.
We can each
first.
talk about our teams.
Yeah, let's do that first. Let's talk about Ed. Talk about the Packers and what do you think their thought process was when they drafted who they drafted, and then we can maybe, if we have anything to jump in with you, we can talk after.
I mean, their thought process will take the best guy that was available without stretching, without obviously. Once those 6 receivers went, they took the guy they wanted. And then they got to that 28th pick or whatever, and Devonta Wyatt? He was very high on their list. He was possibly the guy they wanted. He was still available still. They probably would have took him at 22 or whatever.
Yeah.
And then we talked about this after the first one. I said, you know what they're going to do? And I talked to a couple guys at work. They were all pissy about them not taking a receiver. But you can't at 22 just take the 88th best receiver at that point. It's not worth it.
I agree.
And they looked at what they wanted, and the next day they came out and made a trade with Minnesota right off, and they gave up a lot to get them. I like that. You got 3 top players. They were trying to get the last pick of the draft the night before from Minnesota. They were gonna do it the 32nd pick.
Okay.
Then Minnesota made their pick, and then I think Minnesota, there was one pick in between Tampa, I think.
Yeah.
And then Minnesota again. So they were already talking the night before about making that pick.
Yeah.
So that was what their plan was, and they had the firepower to do it. They had the pick. But you said it might not work out. That guy's own hands, and
Yeah. Well, I mean, you don't see I development. That's what it is. I mean, that was Devontae Adams is the same thing. I mean,
Packer fans have a really selective memory. They were calling, why do we waste a pick on this piece of shit, Devontae Adams? 2nd round pick. He can't catch balls. He doesn't get open. This is crap. We wasted that pick, you know.
Yeah.
And then he's the best, you know. That offense is pretty complicated,
yeah.
which is going to make it tough for these guys to rush right in here and be successful.
You know,
He still got Lazard. I mean,
right. I was listening to somebody today talk about the Packers in the draft. And so, you know, past 20 years, Packers have the most wins of any team.
Mm-hmm.
And so what that tells me, they know how to win games, right?
Yeah.
But they can't win a Super Bowl. I think they won
yeah,
one. And look at the Patriots. They rag on their drafting every year, right?
Yeah,
every
and it's
year.
the same thing.
How many times they've been to the Super Bowl?
Those teams do what they want to do. They've got a plan. They come in and they pretty much stick to it.
The only thing I would have done different, Quay Walker was kind of I thought was odd. Devontae White, older, like the first 3rd round pick, because they're both like 25 or 24.
Who cares? I don't understand that. You're only picking guys for 5 years anyway.
The only thing I still think the Packers did, and I understand you hit on linemen later, the Bears did a lot, but the Bears didn't have a 1st round pick, is that there's a couple good linemen there, and I think I might have leaned on a lineman, offensive lineman, probably sooner. Just
yeah, you said that.
They're the Packers. One thing the Packers always been known for is offense line, their depth. Well, their offense right now, even if Christian Watson is I mean, is he going to be Justin Jefferson? Maybe, we don't know. But even if he's as good as, you know, the best number 2 you can think of, I don't say he's Godwin.
Yeah,
solid number 2, good receiver.
And I think that's what he kind of matches up with one of those
if he's
guys.
that, their offense is still. I agree. You couldn't fix it through the draft this year because there's not guys you can. I think the easiest way is offensive line. I think their offense is still not as good as last year. Their defense is going to be good, but obviously you only play 11 guys at a time. You can't play any more. And their corners, you know, they got good corners. They got solid safety play. I think Amos is there one more year. I think
Amos and Savage.
Yeah,
but Amos will probably be gone. Savage, they'll probably try to keep.
Yep.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got some decisions to make, but
and that's the thing.
Now they're going to be out. That defense is really deep now.
But the problem with the team is that they have nowhere to spend money. They can't get anything. They don't have the money to go get $50
million on one guy.
If Julio Jones might say, "Oh, I'll come there for,"
I've heard him for the Bears. I've heard.
Yeah, I heard a weird rumor about that because
Yeah.
they just want to get some veteran player in the locker room for.
And Julio Jones would be a good guy.
Yeah.
There's Willie. You said before about the Super Bowl thing, and I wrote this down too. Aaron Rodgers has won as many Super Bowls as Joe Burrow, Pat Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Justin Herbert, Kyler Murray, Dak Prescott, Deshaun Watson, Josh Allen, Matt Ryan, Jalen Hurts, Kirk Cousins, and Derek Carr combined. And those were like the top 10 quarterbacks or 12 last year, you know, in fantasy-wise.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to win a Super Bowl. That's pretty much what I'm saying. It's hard. I mean, Rodgers should have probably won more, obviously.
But the Packer fans,
those guys are all good
the one thing with the
quarterbacks.
Packer fans, they say though, it's just the way they lose this playoff.
Oh, it's horrible.
Like last year,
you expect to lose. I did this year.
That's what I was
sitting
saying
with you.
The thing about this year is though, the defense wasn't the problem.
No,
I still think. I know maybe teams want to trade with him. Maybe there's something about him, but I still think they really, if they want to go big. And I know they don't do this, but the Packers pick to get up and try to get one. Drake London, if they could have, I don't know if a team up there would have dropped down to 22 and 28. They'd be like, if they wanted another one, I can see I'm not giving 3 picks up for it. 1 spot, but I would give the bottom 2 up or a 22 and your first, second round pick. I don't know how.
I don't think even with one of those guys though, they're not going to pick up that offense fast enough.
Drake London is
maybe
right.
One guy.
Well, obviously the guy. What was his name? can't think of his name, but Drake London was the first one.
Yeah, he
And
went.
Garrett Wilson and Olave too. Those are guys they stay and Jameis Williams.
But again, some of those guys are. It doesn't matter who the Packers. That offense is hard.
Possibly.
Well, they like that. They said that I heard it. They were talking about today. That was the thing I read today. They said second day mentioned it. They said that's what they said. And a lot of people said even if they didn't take them. I mean,
Yeah.
they passed this guy. So mentally they say he's like that pro-ready guy, can do stuff, but he's not. His size scares people. Well,
Yeah, he's a little guy. isn't he?
Tariq Hill was
Tariq
small.
Hill, Darnell Mooney.
But Tariq Hill has become strong, though. That's the thing. And Mooney's small, and we don't. When he's been around, we don't know.
The Packers love those big receivers. I mean,
Yeah.
and both those guys they took good size.
Yeah. So, how about the Lions? The Lions.
I actually saw an analyst say that it was the Packers and the Patriots. They take a lot of these little receivers, and it's like, no, it's just the opposite. All the Packers guys are huge.
Well,
huge.
yeah. The Lions. What did you think about the Lions
Yeah.
draft?
Can't wait to watch Mr. Hutchinson on.
Yeah, I
Why
mean
not?
they were very fortunate to get Hutchinson. Thank you, Jags. And then
Might be the best player in that draft. I mean, it's a good chance.
I think so. I mean, what's really going to be interesting this year is to see him on Hard Knocks.
Well, is he opposed to TJ Watt?
Right.
That's what you're hoping.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
He's
Yeah,
a high floor guy too. You know, you're getting a guy that can already come in right now and play.
Right.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
He's right now. You can write down
And-
right when you draft him, you put on your depth chart board. His name is on.
Yeah.
as your
He's your number one already.
defensive end. Yeah.
He's not going to be Aaron Donald probably, but
I mean,
you don't know.
Yeah. but I like what they do when James Williams. He's hurt, but he can be back possibly if not for next year. And I like what they did with the Kentucky basketball. That was a great job to put him with Aiden Hudson. And that guy was
This is the other end. Yeah.
So what they did is they're saying we're going to make our defense. We can't do much in our offense. We get that, and we got Williams, and we got a receiver, and now we have to start, being deeper. And then they're going to be deeper. They got the great punter,
Right.
Another Legatron. They're saying he was like 3 or 4 taking one. He said averages 50 yards in college. Didn't matter, Reza.
The Lions got him?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
So he's going to be punting indoors, so that makes it even better. I mean, that makes it even easier.
And he's going to be punting a lot.
There you go. But I think what they did. Go ahead.
They really addressed what they needed because I think they were 29th and putting pressure on the quarterback.
Yeah.
And so they got these edge rushers, which is going to really help their game a lot. For sure. And I think you bring these guys in here and it makes the established players really look at themselves and go, you know what, we got a lot of pressure putting on me because here's what Detroit's investing in. I really got to bring up game, all of them together, because they want to be successful here. So.
And last year they drafted an offensive lineman, right?
Right.
And he got injured right away.
I think he did in the beginning.
And
of the
who's
season.
their other school?
Penny School. No, I said all year.
I thought he did too.
No, I mean, one of their other guys was
He
injured.
was the highest rated tackle last year.
Right,
Football,
yeah.
one of the top.
Really good.
So he was a pick that actually
Yeah, we
On a
said
team-
that was a good pick too when that
on a
happened.
team that
Well, didn't they have a safety or something or a cornerback that they took high?
Well, like quarterback they took from Ohio State.
He
the year
went
before
out.
he got hurt.
Okay, that's what I'm thinking.
Gladney, was it?
No.
They've got-
They went early with him and they right after Sewell and he just.
Well, maybe he's
Ohio
still around.
State.
He's still around though.
I think so, but
So he's healthy. You never know. I mean, these guys got to get healthy.
Yeah, so they added a lot of possible star power. Those first 30 picks, man, you get some pretty good players. And you're thinking mostly Pro Bowl players, unless the Packers draft a defensive lineman. They're going to be a failure.
I always look at you're gonna
Other than Gary.
look at it though. You look at those drafts. I mean, look at the bad drafts from the 70s, and we were looking at the other week. They drafted 15 or 14 rounds, pretty Pro Bowlers.
Yeah.
Pro
Right.
Bowlers. We're not
Yes.
talking. We're talking Pro Bowlers, and it's like, man. I mean, you're lucky to get an average number is 3 Hall of Famers from each draft. So, and not always their first round guys. I mean, obviously Tom Brady is a Hall of Famer, and he wasn't a first round. There's like Russell Wilson's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Rodgers was a low first round pick. He's a Hall of Famer. These are guys that you don't ever go, oh yeah. I mean, so it's just like I said. I wish they would do a show, and these guys would be the Eat Crow draft show. And
Yeah.
in 3 years go on or
Put
4 years.
Crisco and
Have them all sit around
yeah.
and go, okay, this is what I said in 2020.
J.J. Watt.
Yeah,
oh man, he's just a high motor white
Yeah, yeah.
guy, and they always that's the code word for a white guy.
TJ. I mean, guys like
Yeah,
oh, yeah,
the
yeah,
Packers passed up on him,
yeah.
which is amazing. The Packers fans were like, he's one of us. He's a Wisconsin
Well,
guy.
that's the weird thing. Yeah, but they don't.
And then he was even,
I think these teams, a lot of these teams do that though. I think it's the teams that I mean, where they don't. They say that's what the article said. That if you look at the Packers' last two drafts, they've been okay. They've won. Their low draft was a disaster. I mean,
Yeah,
J.J. Dillon, you look at the draft, J.J. Dillon the only guy that wasn't for.
the Gary and Savage, and I think they had like two other, you get 4 guys in the draft that are starting pretty
But
good
the
draft.
thing about it, they took Gary fairly high in that draft. No,
He's a project.
it was perfect that they took him, and he actually ended up doing the Packers now because he's coming to his own and make money.
Yeah.
He could have get 2 good years out before that.
No,
And but their defense was fine. I mean, they were still
He's
in
still
good
they got
position. Doesn't matter. Still in good position. I just don't first kind of room things. You guys don't want to. I mean,
well, they fall in love with certain guys, and look at the Jaguars pick. He wasn't predicted on anybody's number one until the last week.
Week or two, yeah, he really started rising.
I don't even know what his name is.
Trayvon.
Trayvon Walker.
Walker.
Look, and he's an inside out. Yeah, looking for the next. Looking for the next. What's his name? Aaron Donald.
Yeah.
Looking for there. But that was this draft that was kind of funny to me because if you look at it, if you think about the 4, this is my 4 most important position in football. It's your quarterback, receivers, your line, and your cornerback. Those are your 4. So it'll be 5 offense. It's just amazing to me that every other those positions will take left and right for quarterbacks. It was just nuts. I mean, and I guess every team agreed these guys weren't worth pick. I mean, and for teams that are quarterback hungry, I mean, that need a quarterback, and in the spots we had 2 picks, we could take one of them. You come back to some of these like 5 years or 3 years, and let's say Lee Close is good. Let's say Ritter is good. Right. It can be garbage. Well, they're good, and you look at these teams that had 2 picks, like the Giants, I think would have put the trigger. I was good because it would have been a bad time to take a quarterback. Jones anyway. But I mean, there's a lot like Seattle. Just, nope, we're not going to fall.
Well, Seattle just made up their mind what they were taking away.
Yeah, and there's so many teams in here that they did that. And the Texans,
Houston, yeah.
Davis Mills is their guy. I mean, it is what it is. So I don't know. It's just weird to me.
What's with Baker Mayfield? Supposedly there was a trade and it didn't happen.
No, it didn't happen.
I was so shocked that he didn't get traded.
Yeah, and I don't know what they're going to do because now the Browns messed up. The Browns messed up because of the way they did their whole thing. And I usually don't saw players and being upset or basically, but they pretty much told Mayfield, well, yeah, and then all of a sudden, next thing you know, they got Deshaun Watson sitting here, and I still understand. I'm still lost how this can work out. Well, I guess it's over, and
he's 3 quarterback now.
Yeah, I mean, and they're going to have to pay him. He's not going to play this year because he's not going to show. Oh,
Are they going to have like 65, 70 million in their 2 quarterbacks or 3 quarterbacks?
Yeah, that's the problem. They're going to have to show up, and if I'm Baker Mayfield, I show up.
Oh yeah,
I go to training. I know I'm going to be number 2 because he'll be the number 2. There's no way he won't.
Build a mansion on a lake with the money from sitting on the bench.
Make him pay you. I mean, why out? That doesn't even make him go up and hold the foot. And if he gets hurt, it's a
I'd have him do commercials for like we live in the basement now. Yeah. If I was Baker Mayfield, I'd be a complete dick about it. It'd be hilarious.
Yeah. I mean,
they don't let me up there on the
well,
anymore.
Everybody forget he's gonna get.
Oh, I don't think so.
Watson?
Maybe that
it's not like where he did this on.
Maybe they're gonna. I'm sure there's no way the Browns did not call the league office at the beginning and say, "What is going on with this?" They probably said, "No, if I'm the Browns and I'm paying for a guy $50 million or $45 million, he's going to be suspended." I guess he gets suspended for the first 6 games of the season. You deal with it, and he'll get out of 3-3, and then he carries the rest. I don't know. I can't
imagine he's only going to get suspended for 6 games if it is. I mean, there's he's facing like 48 counts of
really got suspended for season for gambling.
I know.
Oh, I know it. Whole season.
And Hopkins 6 games for PEDs.
I've read some things on that today, and the gambling one I understand. It's just a no in every sport.
Yeah, I get that.
We know that Pete Rose still isn't in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
everybody knows that.
Yeah.
But these guys all gamble. They're nuts
Oh yeah.
because there's going to be more guys caught, and it's going to keep happening. That's Paul Horning and
Mm-hmm.
Chris, yeah.
Yeah, they don't stop doing
Dude,
it.
it's been a no-no forever, but I mean, I guess raping women or molesting them or whatever is not as big a no-no.
Being handsy.
It's not maybe because it's from the old days. These laws are passed down. Which ones are bad? Everybody's been doing steroids since what, the 60s,
Mhm.
right? 70s.
Well, yeah, it's
It's just kind of acceptable part.
yeah, it's all the
Culture.
time. So I don't know.
Speaking of women around is probably culture. They want to change it, obviously, but
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't get it.
I'm at a loss with all this stuff. I just don't understand sometimes. I just want to for the Bears. Okay, me too. Okay,
And that Ziza or whatever, he got drafted by the Bills.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Bills kicker.
Yeah.
Punter.
I was getting it wrong then. Oh,
Yeah.
you know what?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
must have had my overlap
Yep.
wrong. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say I don't remember
I
doing
thought
that.
that's
And you know
what
what? He wasn't the first
Oh,
taken either.
I
He's the third punter.
Third punter.
I'm
kicker.
sorry, I was looking at the wrong thing. So Mitchell, Rodriguez, Houston, and Lucas were the rest of the picks for the Lions. I had my page flipped wrong. I'm sorry.
You know what? Nobody's talking about. There's a lot of free agents still out there. There's some guys that are going to get moved.
Oh yeah, yeah.
There's
So-
this kid from Oregon that gets in a lot of trouble, but I think they signed. Who has T. Martin as their wide receiver coach?
Ex Tennessee player.
Yeah.
T. Martin.
Yeah. Anyways, he's really good, and
Yeah.
they drafted he was an undrafted guy, so they
Oh, how about-
signed him.
The kid from Clemson.
Oh yeah, him too. Yeah.
He would have been the number one receiver taken 2 years ago, but he couldn't come out. And he had a neck problem. Got that fixed.
He didn't get drafted at all.
He got free agent pickup by the Chiefs.
Really? It's a good pickup for him.
And he's quick, little scat kid. And he in the playoffs 1 or 2 games. He had like 15 catches, 200 yards in 2 games or something like that in the college playoffs.
Yeah.
That's big time.
Everybody was worried about the injury, but
With Lawrence, so you think Trevor Lawrence would have said, "Hey, sign this kid. Bring my buddy down here. We'll
yeah, send him for $200.
get tires on him. See what happens." I mean, but I don't know. Oh, so the Bears. I like that. At first, I was confused, but when you think about the Bears, their defense secondary, and I don't know if these guys are good or not. We'll find out until a couple years. I think Kyler Gordon is a good pick to go with Jalen Johnson. They were just beat all year last year deep. I mean, they lost a 49er game because bad coverage. That's a game I can remember. They lost because of bad coverage. All year they were beat up. The game against the Rams, they had 3 deep plays against them, and they, it's just that stuff can't let it happen. The third pick with the Velez Jones, the receiver, he's 25. People are a great return guy. They're saying
To me, it's Cohen. Everybody's bad mouth on that pick. I mean,
Yeah.
he's a Cohen type.
yeah, and
He's a gadget guy.
yeah, and let them figure it out. And this offense they're gonna make,
Yeah,
they're gonna build something around him and make it work.
Do you see anything wrong with taking a guy that's 25 over a guy that's 21?
What's
You're
the
going to have for 5 years
difference?
anyway.
Yeah, either way, you're not after 5 years most likely
Right.
anyway. Guy's the third, and if he's that good and when he's 30, great, more power to him. Let him go get his contract somewhere because that's fine.
To me, we were talking about this before, and I've talked about this for like 2 years. I still think receivers, there's so many coming in now that are quality. They're going to go the way of the running back. They're going to actually work their way out of this. It seems like, say, the Packers, just say, for instance, they're going to draft another wide receiver next year in the first 2 rounds. And the year after that, they're probably going to draft another one. Same thing they've been doing with cornerbacks. And that's what they're going to keep doing. And then they're just going to dump them after
Well, it's
4 or
'cause
5 years.
it's
They're not going to re-sign them.
It's the highest price positions, and you don't
Yeah.
want, you wanna try
What's
to
the
move
point?
on,
yeah. Just keep moving on.
Yeah.
Same thing with running backs.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll get Dylan now. And then I bet next year or the year after, they're going to draft another running back to fill that spot.
Oh yeah.
And it makes sense.
The Bears also got an offensive tackle in round 5, and then they went with, which I understand, they took 4 guards, the rest of the 3 guards on
Yeah.
the way out, because I believe they think that Jenkins and Borum are going to be their tackles, so they're
Yeah.
banking on that. And then they have the extra tackle, and they have the guards to hopefully fill in backups or don't make the team. They're looking for depth. People were freaked out. Obviously, they said the same thing as the Packers and Bears. It was kind of the Packers and Bears comments. You could probably
They were almost the same
they're
draft.
parallel. Yeah. They're parallel their comments about him because they're not getting the offense, no help. And Justin Fields. Well, remember this is Justin Fields. You got to remember this. This is Justin Fields' first year in the NFL.
Yeah.
This will be it this year. He's out. The Matt Nagy thing's gone. That whole thing's gone. They're working on mechanic. I mean, there was videos out. You might have saw him. His throwing motion is much quicker now. It's changed. They showed videos. Is that good or bad? Well, it's quicker. That's a plus.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll be going to the right place, but it's good.
But he
It's
was
getting out-
sacked 58 times last
yes,
year.
and today Tom Waddle said it perfectly. They're talking about all this, and he says you can fix that with schemes. You can fix your blocking with schemes, doing this and that. I mean, this is the Matt Nagy thing's going. Also, he says straight out, part of his fault is on Justin Fields. He has to get the ball out quicker. Got to make reads quicker, and that's what he's learning. He didn't get to learn last year because he was in this situation that wasn't a starter. Then he had to play. Then he get to play. Then he had to play. Then he sat again. Then he got hurt, and it was a mess. So this is a new year. This is year one for him. He needs to produce by, if he's not looking good by game 10 or 11 or better, then you see. Then next year is the year you decide. By the end of next year, you decide if you're going to keep this kid. It's fair. Look at Joe Burrow. He was first year. He was great. Hurt his knee. He was great. Nash got the Super Bowl. So they'll be good. They'll be good eventually. You just got to let them be good. And
do you think, like, say, for instance, again, the Packers and the Chiefs, do you think they have the best offensive lines? Or do you think the quarterbacks and the schemes work their way away from sacks?
I've always said about the Packers, and I've always been kind of, and you're kind of saying it for me. Not that I think Bakhtiari's bad or all these guys are bad or good, but all those ratings make me laugh. Like Bakhtiari was a top 3 tackle in football 2 years ago. Do you know how many times Aaron Rodgers runs away from guys?
Yeah.
And not that, but
and he can feel that pressure.
Yes, or slides and how quick his release is.
Yeah, that's what I was going to. That's why it came up with the release.
The top 3 ranked in Cleveland?
We don't
with
know.
Baker Mayfield?
Probably not.
With Jared Goff? And Tim. I'm just
Hell
saying you
no.
put it with
No.
with Tom Brady? Yeah, he probably would be top 3.
Yeah.
I mean, you think about quarterbacks that know how to get rid of the ball, know where it's going.
I
blah,
thought
blah,
about this when you said that he quickened his release, and sped things up. And again, this game's so fast compared to college.
The windows are so
Even
small.
if you played at Ohio State or at Clemson,
Alabama,
it doesn't matter.
whatever.
It doesn't matter. It's
the
way
windows
faster
close
than
so
that.
small in receivers. There's only windows.
They camouflage everything.
Yep,
You don't. So it's tough on these kids when they come in.
Yeah, we're gonna bring Adam here. Adam's with us. We'll come back to this. Okay, we're gonna come back to this in a minute. We'll talk more about the draft before we get out here. But let's bring Adam in right now. Let's hope this is all working. Adam, how's it going?
I'm good. You can keep going with the draft and talk about the Lions and all that. So
Hold on. I'll get you here 1 second. Adam, how's it going?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, Adam. Well, hey, nice to hear from you. So how's everything going down there in Chicago?
It's going. I probably had the most Chicago thing I ever had happen to me so far since I've been here today. So
what happened? Can you share?
Yeah. Walk into the train to go to work, just from my house, and all of a sudden, just passing a homeless looking dude, and walk past him, just looking at me funny. Next thing you know, a book goes flying by my head. He starts yelling at me. So I thought I was going to have to fight a homeless guy at like 8 a.m. So, but who needs coffee? Who needs coffee? When
You were fine after that, right? Journal was pumped for the day.
Yeah, exactly.
What book was it?
I think it might have been the Bible.
Is that right?
It might have been.
Besides that, sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
He didn't read it.
So we just want to know real quick before you start. We talk about the NHL playoffs starting tonight. Did you get all the hot stones removed from where you got them done after your yoga got done? You're all good now. Yoga's all good.
Oh yes.
The hot stones are all good.
We're all namaste.
Nice, good.
Namaste.
You got to get relaxed after the morning trip to the L, right? You're taking an L, you said.
Yeah. So
Blue Line
in the morning, nice stressful commute, fighting homeless people. Night, yoga and relax.
Nice. Good for you. So where do you want you and Willie take this over? Let's talk. We'll chime in, me and Ed, but let's talk a little about the NHL playoffs beginning tonight. Why don't you lead the way, Willie? Let's start it off.
Well, who's Willie, right?
Yeah, Willie.
Both
of you. Yeah. What's up? Let's talk.
Who we got going here? Who are you betting on, Adam?
No one.
No one? There's nobody.
I'm not betting on anyone because it's too hard to bet. And I bet with my heart. That's my issue too.
Oh yeah,
Toronto and Tampa are on right now. I don't know if you keeping up with that live or
no.
We have the video screen on. We have the video screen on.
Okay, yeah. Toronto's up 5-0 right now.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Holy cow!
Yes.
How many? Was it not McDavid? Who's the guy with the cheesiest mustache?
Matthews.
That's right. Austin Matthews.
But Yeah, that would be an interesting series because you got Toronto, who, God, hasn't been out of the first round, and I think it's been 20. I don't quote me. It's been decades,
It has. It has. You're absolutely right.
and
Toronto.
they always find a dramatic way to lose. So,
And they're playing the Lightning, and the Lightning won last year, correct?
back to back, they're going for the
Yeah.
three-peat.
Three-peat there. That's hard to believe right there. And because they were they where was the Leafs at? They the
Leafs-
number
Two, second in the
Two
second
teams,
division. Yeah,
Tampa's 3.
okay. Is that Mika?
that's Mika. Yes.
So let's kind of fast forward. Now, if we're looking at the whole thing, who do you like in the Eastern Conference Finals and in the Western Conference? Let's start there, and you break those.
Oh,
down. How do they get-
well, okay. The East is loaded. I think the West is pretty much it's set up for pretty much Colorado, and then Colorado is pretty much chalk. I feel like to go to the Western Conference Finals, and then it could be it could be Edmonton or Calgary or pick your other So I'm gonna go with lock. My lock will be Colorado in the West.
Okay.
And
let's stay in the West end. If you say they're going to match up with either Colorado's a matchup with either Edmonton or you said Calgary. I'm sorry.
yeah, I mean Calgary's first, but
Do you think either of them stand a chance against Colorado?
do they? Yeah, I mean if Connor McDavid, if you got McDavid and Draisaitl on the lineup, you got a chance to win any night. But
Yeah, I can hear your TV in the back.
oh, a little loud. Okay, yeah, and then you got. It's really Edmonton. They're going to be able to score. It's whether the 40-year-old Mike Smith is going to be able to save some pucks for them or not and hold up through the whole playoffs. So that'd be the big question for him.
So then I'm getting the feeling like you like Colorado to get to the finals.
I do, yeah. Let's put it that way.
Okay, so we got Colorado for the West, representing the West. Now let's go to the East. That's kind of a big, could be anybody, but if you got to pick two teams there, who do you like to get out of there and get to the Eastern Conference Finals?
We'll go Florida. And I don't know. That's a good question. Let's go with, even though I don't like this pick and I hope they lose in the first round. I think Toronto will finally put it together this year. And I think they'll meet them there.
So a little Florida-Toronto action in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yes.
How does that play out if that happens?
I don't, at that point, it's a toss-up. We'll go, but I think Toronto has a good chance this year. We'll just see if they can stay healthy and big enough. Tampa Bay's beating them up a little bit now physically at the end of the game, and Toronto seems to be just keeps on scoring. So, if they got a little bit tougher this year, it's just a matter of can they make the whole run for 16 wins they need instead of usually they play 7 games and start golfing. So,
Well, I can't believe that the Panthers they're going to be 26 years since they won a playoff, right? Isn't that how long it's been? It's been something crazy like that.
I'm not brushed up on my Florida Panther history.
Right. Well, I'm just reading about it. They were, I think they scored like 340 goals to become the highest scoring NHL team since the 95-96 Penguins. That's crazy.
Wow.
So
Absolutely.
how tuned in are you to? Do you watch NHL? Or are you still just NBA, Scott?
I watch more NBA and more. I watch everything else but hockey. But I used to follow the Blackhawks a little bit, but they've been so bad lately. I don't really watch them much at all either.
Right.
I mean, I watch sport. I mean, it's on SportsCenter. I watch highlights and stuff, and I see all that. And actually, I will watch more playoff hockey. To be honest, I'll probably watch more playoff hockey than NBA basketball that doesn't involve the Bucks.
Okay.
Because NBA for me, if the Bucks were to get knocked out, I might pay attention just to talk about it on the show, but I wouldn't watch as much as if the Bucks are involved. So I watch the Bucks, but I probably watch just as much NHL hockey as the Bucks, just because of the Bucks I'm following. So,
and hi, Adam.
Hey,
Ed's here.
Hey, Ed.
How's it going? Yeah, and I'm not really keeping track since the Red Wings suck.
That's all right. You know, the Iser plan is in full force, and they will be back in a couple years.
Well, we're gonna find out after they fired everybody.
Well, no, they didn't fire him. They just didn't renew their contract.
Yeah.
There's a difference. That's a nice way of saying get the hell out.
Yeah. Give me your keys.
Yeah.
Honestly, anyone could have coached that team and been just as bad. There, no coach, Jesus Christ, could have coached the Detroit Red Wings the past couple of years, and they would have done no better.
Are you in a cafeteria or something like that? Somebody keeps throwing spoons on the ground.
Yeah, I mean microwaving.
Jeez, we're a worldwide show, and we got silverware collapsing and hitting walls back there.
See, come on.
I'm surprised the dog's not up on your leg right now.
She told me I'm gonna go read, and now
We got 100 people watching the show right now.
What are you drinking?
what am I drinking?
wine?
Aldi sangria.
Oh, hey, hi, how are you?
Hi.
Here, come here, Mika.
Mika, go say hi. Go say
Come
hi.
on.
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
Mika, come here. Look at what do I got?
Oh,
There
hey,
you go.
Mika, what's up?
Look at that, living the
now
dream.
this is a very expensive bottle of sangria from Aldi. $2.95.
Did it have the woven basket on the outside of it?
Riunite?
the container that holds it to keep it. I don't know what those are for.
Yes.
What are those for?
No, it is a real bottle. We got the Winking Owl.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
nice.
Winking Owl, depending on
How is it? If it's Aldi, you said, right?
$2.95.
Is it good?
Yes, I mean I'm. If you ask Tanda and Carl, they would probably explode, but here it's
Right.
just fine. It's good.
All these pretty good quality. I mean, that guy that owns it's the richest
Is there ice in that?
grocery guy.
Is there ice in your wine?
Yeah, you gotta put no.
Wow.
It's sangria.
I love it. That's how I would drink it. So I
Sangria.
agree with you 100%. Oh, it's sangria. I forgot. It's not wine.
It's not the perfect sphere of ice, you know, that you gotta work.
Fancy one, eh?
It's-
That's awesome. It's sangria though, so I apologize.
Sangria, yes.
You have some fruit floating in that thing, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Sangria fruit's the best.
Well, I was rushing to get on from yoga, so
Oh, namaste. Hey, real quick, recap your story about Ed wasn't here to hear your story on the way to work today. What happened to you? Listen to that story.
yes.
His first
All right.
Chicago thing happened to him today.
Yeah. This is when you're like, I think I might need to move. So walking to work, right? Walking out the front, just take a right. It's not a sketchy alley, but there's a little alley I take to get to the train. There's this guy. I pass him. Looks a little homeless. I'm walking.
A little homeless, not a lot homeless. Just a
No,
little.
no. So I walk by him, just going to work. Next thing you know, I hear something. A book comes flying right by my head. And he's saying, I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick of this shit. Sorry, kids show. Anyway, so now,
You're fine.
You're fine.
oh, okay. So now I'm sitting there at 8 a.m. thinking I'm gonna have to fight a homeless guy. 'Cause, I mean,
We've all been there.
he took a couple hard steps at me, and I'm thinking, all right, here we go. Like, I mean,
Did you tell him you played hockey? Because that would probably just turn him around real quick.
no, I kind of honestly,
He goes, no, I do yoga.
yes, that's what I was like. I was at peace. I was ready for it. I was like, I kind of like this. I kind of want this to happen. I don't know why I kind of like this.
He's in the lotus position, and then he pulled the guy's shirt over his head.
Adam's like, I'm a serious guy. I saw Karate Kid twice.
He got weirded out when I got in a headstand.
Well, the funny thing about the ending of the story, you're not telling the ending. The ending of the story is he grabbed the guy, pulled the mask off of his lower right foot.
That's when you got to move.
Beetlejuice,
I would've got away with it if
Beetlejuice.
it wasn't for you meddling kid. So you had Colorado. We lost Colorado versus who in the finals you had? I'm sorry, I lost
So
track.
we'll go Colorado, Toronto. We'll go
And who do you
Colorado,
like?
win it all.
Like Colorado. So you like Colorado pretty much chalk to win the whole thing.
Pretty much.
Number one seed on.
What the hell happened to Tampa?
Well,
got
they
Toronto
just got
beating 'em.
waxed 5-0. Now, selfishly,
I
I
saw
hope
that
that
today.
I hope that Toronto collapses because nothing's worse than a Toronto fan. There's nothing worse.
Really?
Nothing
Worse than a New York fan?
No, it's close. but nothing worse than a Toronto.
Now remind me, I think Toronto's only won once in the last 50 years,
Something like that, and they haven't won a playoff series in decades.
Yeah.
Remember they got Mike
No.
Babcock there. He did nothing.
Yeah,
Nothing.
and he won everywhere else.
Right.
That's the luck of some teams, man.
So you guys were talking draft talk. How do you feel about the NFC North getting Aiden Hutchinson in the division?
We like it.
I like that. I mean, the Lions. I think they got a good pick dropped to him there. I thought it was he's, as Ed said, he's looks like the next Joey Bosa, T.J. Watt, whatever pass rusher you think they got in the last 5 years. Impact guy, Nick Bosa, Joey, any of those guys. He's that next. I think he's that next guy.
Yeah, he's can't miss to me at least.
And he's the right guy. He's almost the right guy for that coaching attitude.
Why did Jacksonville not go him?
I just think
I'm not gonna lie. When I was I was in yoga, getting the up because, and I looked, and the first pick was not him, and I said, "Great, namaste."
Tell me this: how many farts were there going on at yoga night? How many people farted?
I don't know. I'm not afraid to let him go, but for some reason you just don't fart in yoga. I mean, it just doesn't happen.
What? I find that hard to believe. You're in these
because
weird
you're
positions.
sweating so much. You're sweating and everything else.
Hot yoga?
Yes, hot yoga.
Oh, really? How hot is it in there?
100 and something, 105.
Wow.
Holy shit.
What's like the one position you like strive to do that you can't do yet?
Anything that involves my groins, really deep, like my I can't get that deep. I'm not flexible.
Yeah. My I told you guys this earlier. Mine's crouching Cheeto hidden hamster.
Ah, yes. I was gonna say you probably had to skip tonight your yoga session for the podcast.
Yeah. And I only stretch so I can fit more food in my gullet.
Right.
Yeah, that's namaste.
His favorite is baby bird. Just feed him.
Mine's Christmas turkey.
So what do you think about the Lions draft overall?
Well, honestly, it doesn't. I'm a little curious about this Jameson Williams guy, right? Coming off an injury.
I personally love him.
I do too, but okay. So who's gonna throw it to him?
Oh, that's what he's not
The guy
playing.
in 2023 is
Yeah, 2023 quarterback, new shiny toy already. He don't even know yet.
Right, and I get that, but that's what I like the defense because I'm looking at it right. They took 2 offensive players, and the rest was straight defense.
Yeah. Yep. Two defensive line players in the
Yep.
first round is great.
Correct. And then on top of that, they also took first. Now was that the first Jackson State? Was that the first HSBC pick that they've ever made? That was ever made?
There was 3 taken in this draft.
Okay.
Or none, and I can't remember who the first one was. I saw it today. But the historical black HBCU, something like that. Yeah, I know what you're talking about though. Yeah, and I believe there was 3 taken. Yeah, there was 3 taken this year, I believe, and it was the first time that's happened that any players from that occurs.
Right.
Well, that can't be right.
No, because Grambling was awesome.
Jackson State was Walter Payton.
Yeah.
So it must be the number taken. There were 3 taken. It's the most ever, maybe that was 4. Yeah,
so
Walter Payton was Jackson
and
State.
Grambling State was huge.
Grambling had players.
Yeah.
Doug Williams.
Yeah.
So I get excited about the draft because when you see 2 defensive ends, because our secondary is just brutal, right? And the secondary is brutal because A, they suck, but B, this quarterback is sit back there for 20 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
So I like 2 defensive ends because even if you have a bad secondary, that makes up for a ton. You could put an average guy back there, and he'd look good. So I like that, and again, defense, tough nose, Campbell. I don't know. So I like it. I trust them more than the past people. You can't do any worse than who was it? Damn, I can't. Patricia and the GM from before.
Yeah.
Can't do any worse than them. So
it's like the Bears can't do any worse than Nagy and
Yeah.
Well, Well, no, we're talking about
I
this,
know.
Yeah.
recent.
And we mentioned it earlier before when you were still in yoga. Is
Yes.
Lions' time is still probably 2 to 3 years away. They've got to wait for Rodgers to, his time come and go.
I don't
Same
know
thing with
though.
Cousins.
I think you'll be surprised though. Think about the Lions' last like 4 games. I know that it's mop up due. They had nothing to play for, but Campbell can just get them up and play for pride, and you just never know. I think it's maybe a year or two.
Again, you missed it earlier. We talked about that. They're gonna maybe win 4 or 5 games this year. They're gonna get like an 8 pick, and they're gonna get their quarterback next year because there's a better quarterback class.
That's true. But do they? I don't know. Maybe
Yeah,
they bring Kaepernick and he saves our franchise.
Bring Baker Mayfield in.
Maybe.
Nobody
Honestly,
wants him.
hey, that's not a terrible idea.
He's got to take his
He's
contract.
probably cheap, right?
No.
Yeah, but he's only got like 2 years left. So
yeah.
Yes, they can on a cheap roster it works out. He's probably, well, to be honest, Goff's never done anything wrong. Goff is a guy that just needs. I mean,
now Golf needs.
Yeah, he's not
an LA Rams
We're next-
roster. He needs an LA Rams roster, is what he needs.
He's still going to win with the LA Rams roster. That was the weird thing.
Yeah, he's Garoppolo, another guy like that.
I think Garoppolo's better personally.
Really?
Yeah.
Better looking.
Oh, he's a good looking man.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, he's
a chiseled jaw and everything.
So who's going to be better first, the Lions or the Bears?
First, the Bears.
You think?
Yeah.
See, I think the Bears are almost in more shambles because they have no identity.
Well, that's, I think, the new coaching staff. And the identity is going to be a team that actually hustles, plays defense, and they get held accountable for making mistakes.
Yeah, what do you think, Willie?
Well, I mean, who would you rather have a coach, Eberflus or?
Oh, it's hard to say. I haven't seen Eberflus.
I like Dan Campbell. And I said this before.
Right,
before
yeah.
I think Dan Campbell's shtick may get old.
It's possible.
I mean, Eberflus has come from, and I love the coach, and I think he's a great coach. He's come from his tree, and it's Frank Reich. I think Frank Reich is a very good coach. And watching Hard Knocks last year, which you're going to see, watching Hard Knocks would be great to watch for your team. You're going to see a lot. But I thought that coaching staff and like you would like buy shirts for the defense, like with their pictures on it or something. Eberflus, if they did something good in games, and there was a mentality. It was your job. They have a. We talked about earlier. They have a 4-letter acronym that says something.
Oh, that's right.
And all teams have this stuff, but they've already cut guys and teams. There's been rumors going on. They got rid of guys because they knew they were going to follow this structure. They weren't good hustlers. And I know.
That's what happened last year with the Lions. The Lions,
yeah, you're right.
Players last year.
Yeah, so you think the Lions are a year ahead of the Bears?
I think they are, and I think they are.
You know why I'm going to say?
Go ahead.
I'm going to say because the Bears already have their quarterback.
Well,
that's why
true.
they're a little bit ahead.
And the Bears might quietly have the best defense player in the division in Roquan Smith.
But would you rather have
quietly? He don't get much credit because on the defense he's one of the best players in the division.
All right, Ed. Here's a question for you: would you rather have the quarterback first, or would you rather have the foundation of the house settled, and then you plug that quarterback in?
Yeah, it's hard to say.
Well,
you can go both ways.
Because you can have a good quarterback and a terrible foundation, and that quarterback is now bad, and now they lose confidence. And you're saying, hey, if he's not good this year after 10 games, God, and now we're already now he's playing for his job. And
well, if we get to game 10 and Fields hasn't figured it out yet, the Lions are going to pass the Bears. There's no doubt.
Right. So,
but we're going to see. It's tough to say.
I think you guys should have like a pie in the face, bet on this Lions Bears game this year.
Or we could just a gentleman's bet instead. Why do you always want to put stuff in people's mouths and faces?
If the Bears beat the Lions, if the Bears beat the Lions, you got to throw a Bible at your head. And if the Lions beat the Bears, you got to throw a Bible at my head.
Do we have to fight like I was going to fight the homeless guy? Or?
Yeah, we do. We look like a fighting Irish guy.
So I don't even know if I didn't hear the end of the story. Did the guy just decide he wasn't going to mess with you?
I don't think he wanted
somebody else.
I think he realized how calm I was.
Half a bale calls out in the garbage
about it.
Yeah.
So I just said, hey, if this is what I got to do this morning, I would have been really pissed because I would have missed my train. and then I
What
would have
time-
been
What
late.
time was this?
How big was this guy that it was going to take you long to take care of him?
No, but I had to run to the train stuff.
Oh, I see what you're
So
saying.
I was cutting it close a little bit already. So like
This was the impediment that was going to slow you down
Yes.
one more.
yes.
I gotcha.
So and I'd never been in this situation. What do you do? Like, do you just like beat him up a little bit, or do you just like bloody him and leave him there? I don't know what you do. Do you,
My problem is I spit in the guy's face, and then he was like wiping his eyes, and he gave up. Sorry, that was my bum story. That guy was going to attack me, but
And the guy had pink eye for 2 weeks.
I was gonna say, forgot to brush your teeth that morning, probably.
it was right after a game too. I was still in my baseball uniform.
So how you like it? How you like the job at O'Hare? You like it? Oh,
It's a busy place, isn't it?
It's 12 pounds of shit in a 5-pound sack.
Yeah.
You get to eat at that Rick Bayless place there, that the Blanco one.
What's that?
What's that restaurant there? There's one in the United Terminal.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Or I heard it's good. Do you eat much at the airport or no?
No.
Oh.
No.
You bring
No.
lunch with you?
No. She packs it.
Oh, nice.
Puts little notes in there for you.
Yeah. What's that?
Puts little notes in there for you.
Yes.
Keep you going all day.
Yes. And no, who wants? I'd be bankrupt if I.
I say bring home the money. That's my note.
There you go.
And
what about
And then it says, "Don't forget the sangria."
Don't forget. Right. Don't forget
And the
food.
ice.
And the ice.
So how do you do your shopping down there? Then you take the train somewhere? Like, how far is it away?
No, we have a neighborhood Target just like right around the corner, the opposite way of where the homeless guy was at.
Okay.
But you said you got all the sangria there.
Yeah, so that's that. We go there when we have a car. Like my parents were in town when Mike came down and met us for dinner. So we had my parents' car. So we do the Aldi runs if we have a car.
Yeah, I did the Trader Joe's and Aldi's this week.
Yeah,
it's a good run.
So do you get like a case for $2.49?
Yeah,
Case
pretty
of that
much.
wine?
No,
Yeah.
it's $2.95 per bottle. So I load up every time we go there. So
heck yeah. I was going to wonder how you're carrying all that liquor back on the
Maybe-
train or something.
maybe
you know?
we've done it before. We do have like a cart that we do load up all our groceries but that just gets old real fast.
Yeah, we're remember
Then
that?
you really got to fight off some
Is it-
homeless people.
Is that me and you where we seen the girl carrying like a whole garbage bag and like a cart of stuff on the train? It was me and you.
Yeah.
Like a young girl. Like it was ridiculous.
I'm going to tell you right now. I believe the homeless guy was upset because he thinks you're a sangria hoarder from Aldi and you take all his wine and he's drinking his paper bag.
Probably.
That's probably what it is. Maybe he deserved it.
Yeah, I might have.
The sangria shortage in this country, like everything else.
And this guy's buying like it's Rockefeller.
I think tomorrow morning you take a bottle of sangria with it and just give it to him.
Oh,
he's a
peace
wino.
offering.
He's a wino, and
he'll probably club you with that bottle. But let's
He
try
probably
that.
will. No, he'll probably drink it. Then the next day, if I don't
Throw
got
it all at you.
Sick of your shit.
Like that's possible. I guess. I don't
Oh,
know.
Chicago's a fun town nowadays.
What's the most? Have you guys ever had a Chicago experience where you're like, what in the hell is going on with this city?
we saw Carl like try to hop over a thing to go into Wrigley Field and he fell down.
I'm trying to think. Not really. The dog in the bar, but that was late at night. That's not really. A
Oh,
Chicago
at
thing.
Murphy's?
Yeah, Murphy's.
That was the same night Willie almost walked off with that gay guy from down in. He did. I had your back.
Yeah, I don't
We
know.
did the same thing last week.
Yeah, I know.
I remember the most
we were
the
hammered.
most Chicago thing Willie's ever happened to him. We were at bars before the Bear Lions game one time. We went to different bars and we bought rounds. The last place we went to, I ever got the same thing, but Carl decided to get a Maker's Mark or something on double Maker's Mark, and all of our rounds were around $30. Willie's was like $60 for that round. So that's the most Chicago thing that ever happened to Willie.
That's right.
And then he almost choked on pizza, passed out. That was the other thing. that happened right there. Yeah, you ever heard that story when Willie choked on pizza?
No, I didn't.
We're sitting there after we went out a little bit, and we're watching. I think it was Ferris Bueller's Day Off. It might have been actually, It was an old movie, whatever it was. We
Yeah,
were all
Bueller,
watching it
Bueller.
in our house. We rented or whatever. We're all sitting there eating pizza, laughing, and all of a sudden we hear at the end of the thing, he wakes up, eats the pizza, gets up, goes to the bathroom, and goes to bed. Yeah, we almost
Hey.
had to give him the Heimlich.
No, I got one more Willie Chicago story. I come out of our room one night. It's late. And Bob's bent over the kitchen table with his pants down around his ankles. And Willie's injecting him in the ass.
Oh, with his
Oh, it is
with
insulin.
his insulin.
Wow.
Then he took off on me, and he's running around with a syringe hanging out of his
Naked.
ass.
I did not know where you're going with that when you
No,
said
no,
injected
just-
I
in
know.
the-
I kept it clean. It was actually just that was a very medical. I was using the terminology.
Yes.
That was and all when we're in a house where me and Wolf and Ed shared a room, but it was like a half walk through. Whatever, 3/4 wall. So the whole thing was open in a way, and all you could hear them giggling like schoolgirls for like 20 minutes in the room. They're just laughing.
then Bob's doorknob fell off.
And he was
locked
stuck
in
in
the
his room.
room, and he had to pee.
So that's
That's-
not really Chicago, just funny.
Yeah, it's just fun stuff that happens in Chicago.
Yeah. So I don't know. So
So one question.
Yep.
As I'm thinking about football, all right, give me the NFC standings, NFC North standings next year, top to bottom.
like wins and losses, or just how they're gonna finish.
Just how they're gonna finish total overall.
I'll go for.
Give me division. 1 to 4.
I'll just say I'm going to say Packers, Vikings, Bears, Lions. I mean, it's
Willie.
I think you have to stick with the Packers, unfortunately, because of you got Rodgers there.
yeah, they're-
I mean, it's easy. And then I think I'm going to go with them. I'll say Detroit 2, Vikings 3, Bears 4.
okay.
That's what I was going to say too.
It's hard to vote against the Packers, but their offense is still kind of. But the Vikings, they got the offense, but their defense is. I don't know. Like, and remember last year when the Vikings, the Chargers last year, where they lost like 8 games
Yeah,
or 6 games.
A lot
by-
of close games.
Lot of
So
close games,
I'm gonna say the Vikings might get sneaky this year, win the division. The Packers be the wild
You
card, I
think?
think. And I'm gonna say Bears, Lions. You can pick who you want to be third and fourth.
I'm
I
a
agree.
bear. I'm a bear on Kirk Cousins and the Vikings.
You like them?
No, I don't. I'm a bear. That means
That's
Oh,
bull. You
yeah.
got to. He's a bullish.
Bull.
Bullshit
I'm
on
sorry.
Yeah, we don't invest a lot here.
Yeah.
sorry.
I invested in Cheetos and pork rinds.
No.
Look at this shirt. You like his shirt?
Winning.
What? Oh, you like my here's my sponsor.
Lending Club. Oh, nice.
Is that your bank?
That's my bank.
That's your bank.
You didn't get the toaster. You got a T-shirt, huh?
No, I got 2 t-shirts and a beach towel.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
That's
I know.
Wow.
Jeez,
All
my,
right.
my bank
Well,
gave
I
me an
don't know.
audit.
Who's your bank? Who's your
You get a
bank?
lot for a $50 savings account.
I know.
And
Hey,
like
the best
wine.
is- Yeah.
Yeah,
You should have asked for cases of wine instead of stupid shirts or sangria.
No, they're comfy too. They're try something. You would know. They're try blend something. I
Only
don't know.
thing I know is tri-tip. That's it. Are they tri-tip? Can we smoke them?
Try blend something.
Oh, nice. Okay. What do you think? You didn't say what you think. The NFC North. What do you think, top to bottom?
Hello,
Adam.
Adam. We're talking
Yes.
to you.
Who do you
Oh,
think?
me?
Top to, yeah, NFC North, top to bottom. Who do you think? You didn't say it, did you?
Everyone's looking at Ed.
No, I'm
They
looking
can't
at.
help it. I take
I'm
up
looking,
half
I'm looking
the
at the
screen.
screen.
Oh,
I'm looking at you
sorry,
on my
sorry.
computer screen.
Oh, me. I said I'm with Will. I think Willie hit it right on the head. It's Packers, Lions, Vikings, Bears.
Wow.
I don't know about that.
I'm talking Lions 7 and what? Now they have 17 games, so 7 and 10.
7 and 10. See the
Like-
Packers run away with it. It's not even close.
Yes,
It's
I'm
just-
thinking it's just. I think the NFC North is going to be not good this year.
Yeah, we think that every year. We think we pick a division in baseball or whatever. Oh, it's gonna be shit, and it's usually one of
Okay,
the better
well-
divisions.
Like this year with the baseball. All right, so who's the Sox fan here?
No
None
more
of us.
Sox fans here.
Cubs.
Glenn's not
Cubs.
here.
Glenn's not here.
How
I
about
actually
Cubs?
did pick them to win the World Series, but it's coming through the wild card because I don't see them winning that division.
So who's winning the division? Twins?
I picked
we
the
said
Tigers.
Detroit, a bunch of us.
Mhm.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
but it's not looking great right off the
And I
bat.
had,
I was
I
gonna
had
say.
Detroit and the Twins. I don't think I had the White Sox. I don't know. I know I picked Twins and them.
I
Maybe
went, I went to my
maybe I had all
first
three
Mets
making the
game the
playoffs.
other day, and it was the day after they went off, or the day before they went 17-0 against Pittsburgh.
Oh yeah.
They had 2 hits in the first inning. That's the only hits they had that day.
Yeah, the Cubs are a different animal right now. Cubs. Me and Ed are Cubs fans, and
Yes.
yeah, it's gonna be a couple years. We know that now.
Yeah, it's gonna be a tough year, but it's fun to watch.
Yeah, I mean, they got some decent young talent. I mean, but they're not gonna win a lot. If they can luckily get 81 and 81, I'd be happy. I don't think they're gonna do that though. But
And we like the Tigers. I mean, they got a great manager.
They do.
They've added some big pieces. They had,
Some good rooks.
Torkelson and
Riley.
yeah, a bunch of guys come up. Manning's been injured though. Mize has not been pitching well.
Yeah, they're just young. I mean, but
Struvel's
baseball's
been pitching good.
I feel like baseball is different from football, where it's like football. If you got a guy that's been there 5 years and he's not there, done, right?
Yep.
yeah,
5 years in base, those guys that are 1-2 years out of the minors, they still got another 4 years before they even hit their close to prime.
Yep. A lot of times. Baseball's difficult. It's a long learning curve.
Yes. So
And the other thing is baseball, you're not going to catch lightning in a bottle like you can in the NFL and win
Right.
4 or 5 games to end the season.
right, and
You got to win
it's
60.
unless you're the Brewers against the Cubs, like the one year.
Yeah.
They won
Yeah.
20 out of 22.
Yeah, that was
and
crazy.
then they knocked the Cubs out basically.
Yeah, and Colorado did that one of those
Yeah.
years.
But
too,
it doesn't
just like
happen.
that.
You're right. It doesn't happen every year. It's
No.
tough to get on win streaks in baseball. It's tough. It's hard. I mean, yeah, it's hard. So
Did you guys have the beer segment today?
No, I'm
No.
gonna go grab it right now.
yeah, no. Oh, we have beer.
I got a beer if you want to do it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
I don't have to drive far.
Well, I didn't. Maybe we'll send you a bottle of Aldi sangria one night.
Ooh.
Yes.
Nice.
I might go pick one up now. It
Yeah.
sounds good.
Just to try it. Yeah.
You recommend it then?
I mean, this is the only sangria I've ever had in my life, other than at a restaurant. So, I mean, it's good.
Okay.
Can you really fuck up sangria? Is the question.
No, it's
You
just
put-
fruity wine.
Yes, and you put a bunch of sugar in it, and it's
Yeah, which is great.
right.
I might even have some. You know what? I'm starting to think I grabbed one of those like the time before I went to Aldi. I'm gonna check when I go home now.
It's just hard not to pass by their wine section and say,
Yeah.
"Hey, for $2.95, I might fall on hard times."
Yeah, you remember that $2 chuck they used to have everywhere?
Yeah, Trader Joe. Yeah,
Yeah, was
I
that Trader
mean,
Joe's?
yeah.
Yeah,
But it's the
but
same
this
thing.
tastes good too.
I got their drinking owl or winking owl. I got their Pinot Grigio, and I got their sangria.
Yeah, I can only drink the sugary ones.
Oh, see, yeah.
That's kind of similar to me too. I know when we went on wine tasting, we only like those Moscatos
Yeah,
and
some my wife is Moscatos or the
yeah.
Rieslings.
Yeah.
Rieslings. That's
Usually, I don't like sweet. The only thing I like sweet is the sangria. But
And my wife, yeah, Jenny likes the sangria, red sangria at restaurants. Usually depends. Some are not. Some they like to put brandy in those sangrias. You ever see that?
Oh yeah,
It's too much.
Carl does it when he makes it.
But you got that. Sometimes you get too much brandy in it. And I agree. It's just too much. So
see, I want to touch all sports tonight, real quick.
Yep.
How do you feel? I'm just honestly don't know anything about basketball other than I'm just glad LeBron didn't make the playoffs, right?
perfect.
All
Yep.
right, then.
Yeah,
We concur.
they made one game or whatever that.
Yeah, they made the play in,
Oh, they made the playing game.
but they lost. So
Oh,
I know we felt bad too.
me too. Well,
yeah, it's a great thing, that he's not in there. LaFlop
Yes.
James.
who is he the most hated basketball player? You think, or is it? You think it's still one of the Pistons from?
the Nasty Boys or they
Bill Lambier.
Yeah, Nasty Boys.
Is that
they were
Yeah,
The Bad Boys.
Bad Boys, yeah.
yeah. Nasty Boys were the Reds.
Reds?
The
Yeah,
pitching.
you're
stuff,
right.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think LeBron just has. He's
It's a lightning rod.
well, yeah. It's a thing. Everything. Something goes bad. It's always someone else's fault, or a coach gets fired. He wants to go to a different team and ruin them. So I think his legacy gets worse and worse, and Jordan becomes the best player ever.
Yeah, and then he gets into
No
politics, and he's on the wrong side almost every time.
And then
it's ridiculous.
When he's wrong, he doesn't come out and say, I made a mistake, and I said something that wasn't right. No, it's just we stay with what we so it's. Yeah, I don't mind if they want to have everybody should get their opinions, but I mean,
we talk about politics here. Scott originally said Joe Biden wasn't a good president, but now he's come out and he's corrected himself and doesn't even believe he's a president.
I never said no such thing. I never said no such thing.
No,
you want to do some beer, Willie?
Sure, let's do it.
Here we go.
I like beer because it is good. I drink beer because I should. If there was a song to sing, I sing it and beer you bring. I drink beer when I am sad, because the beer, it makes me glad. Now there's nothing left to say, so let's go drink beer. Beer is good! Beer is good! Beer is good!
Beer is good, in the words of our
esteemed colleague,
our lost colleague, Eric. Where is he? Anyways, we're having a beer here from Goose Island Beer Company. I ran across this. It looked pretty interesting. It's called the Neon Beer Hug. 10,000 volts of flavor. A shockingly easy drinking 7.0 ABV IPA with an electric bouquet of tropical and citrus flavors. Nugget, Sultana, Citra, Mosaic, and Eureka hops provide the spark that makes Neon Beer Hug shine. What do you guys think?
I like it.
I have a question for you. Does that beer come with a joint?
It should. Isn't that a cool looking can?
There's one taped to it. I see it.
I wish it was a gummy bear.
You know, one that was in your mouth that one night when you're sleeping.
I heard about that. That was nice.
Yeah,
I saw the picture actually of that.
The funny thing is, when he woke up, he still had it in his mouth. He didn't even know it.
Too many sangrias that night, I heard. Huh?
No, Willie, now that I have Mika, now the only thing I cuddle because she's nice and furry, just like your beard was.
That's right. Oh, yeah. Oh, when you wrestle with me and like beat my ass now. Remember the first time I met this kid, I think you're like 4 years old. I walk up to him and he smacks me right in the nuts. I said, "You're a hockey player?" He goes, "Yeah." And he went, bam, hit me in the nuts.
That's awesome.
And Willie goes, "I've had enough of this shit."
And I pulled his shirt over his head and started beating him.
Threw a book at him.
See Dick run, see Dick.
Wait. Actually, thinking about it now, that guy did have a beard like Willie.
Does it smell like me?
Actually, it was a book of dad jokes.
Yeah, we have a segment of dad jokes. You got a dad joke for us?
Well, don't put me on the spot at all.
No, not at all.
I'm not a dad, so no.
Yeah. See, you got any dad jokes? You got any dad jokes?
I do.
Let's hear them.
What do the movie The Titanic and The Sixth Sense have in common?
We don't know.
Icy dead people.
Icy dead people.
Hit it.
You got another one?
I do. I got another one.
I don't have what I'm looking for.
Do you know towels are the leading cause for dry skin?
I don't.
Yeah,
you get it?
It wasn't that good.
Yeah.
You use a towel to dry your skin. Get it?
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah, it's that bad.
I did not think that was where we were going with that.
No.
My grandma is 80% Irish. We call her Iris.
No way.
I give that 2 out of 10.
80%.
Missing the H.
Yep. That's
20%.
Why didn't Han Solo enjoy his steak dinner?
Why?
It was chewy.
I'll give him that one.
I got one more.
Thank God.
Did you know that if you rearrange the letters of mailman, they get really upset?
Double one. That was actually funny. Maybe laugh out loud. I like it. Ed, you got any?
I did see a comedian. You know, I watch the TikToks and the YouTube things.
TikTok?
Yeah, the TikTok.
You're
thing.
on TikTok, Ed, huh?
Yeah, I don't know. I might be. What's the one with naked girls? That Pornhub?
Pornhub. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the different. Well, there's this comedian on there, and he said something is like, you know, we were all gay in third grade, and you're wondering where he's going. He goes, I used to beg my mom to go sleep over at my guy friends' houses, and if I didn't get my, you know, and he's like, we were super gay back then. He goes on this whole thing. It was pretty funny, but now I forgot it.
Yeah, I guess you had to be there.
Yeah. It was on the TikToks though.
The TikToks.
The TikToks.
Yeah, I like those Twitters too. Those Twitters
TikTok dead because they just called it the TikTok.
It's like the Wheelhouse dates.
Thanks, Ed.
Hey, I got an exercising one I saw when I was in Mexico. You know, these guys, when you guys went on vacation too, did you see these idiots like running around everywhere, exercising in the morning? Like at 6 a.m, they're out jogging up and down like all the sidewalks and all the access roads and everything. I thought they were like, the first time I seen a guy come running by, I'm like looking for the cartel chasing him, you know. I'm like, where's this guy? You know, he's getting chased by a Jeep, you know. I'm picturing with the guy with the AK, you know which guy I'm talking about? The one that, where Hannibal shoots out the front tire and the guy goes flying through the air, you know, and then
you actually had the theme music in your head.
Yeah,
didn't you?
I forgot to do it. Yeah. I did. I have it listed out here. I was like 18 theme music. I forgot I wrote this 2 weeks ago in Mexico. Yeah, none of that cool shit happened. It was just some sweaty guy running. Yeah. I was waiting for the cartels. Yeah.
The cartels and the TikToks. That's all I had to wait for.
What part of Mexico?
Oh, I was in south of Cancun down there.
Riviera Maya.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you didn't hear the story. I got COVID the first day. My wife brings it from school. So now I'm in lockdown.
They put your ass in solitary confinement, eh?
Yep. But they kept bringing us good food. I'm not kidding you. The food was really good. So I was only down there 5 days. I spent 4 days in solitary confinement. We had to get out. We had to end up paying off 2 like doctor type people that took our tests. They take our tests. They're like, yep, negative, and threw them in the garbage right away. We were positive as shit. So that's the only way I got out of Mexico, or I would have just been getting here right now.
And his feet got sunburnt. That's it.
Yeah, from being sitting out on my balcony. That's all I could do.
What? So do you get are you going to do a redo, or are you going to?
Yeah, I've been to Mexico a few times. I'm not a big fan, but you know what? The people there at this resort helped us out, got us out of there.
Well,
food was great.
Money talks, right?
Yeah,
so
it was
the beers. Hold
20 bucks will get you a long way in Mexico.
Really? That's it? 20 bucks?
Oh yeah. 20 bucks each.
You ask them how much? They said 20?
No, we just you could tell. You knew how much. I goes, who do you want taking your test? The doctor or the girl from the pharmacy? I'm like, which one's gonna give us a negative test? And now that was 20 bucks.
20 bucks.
So how are those beers there?
Very good.
Awesome. Yeah. I would get this
not
again.
Bad. Actually, I'm not a big hop guy, but I'm not bad.
10,000 volts of flavor. I don't think so, but it was good.
Almost sounds like an energy drink.
Yeah, but it isn't. It's just got a really cool can, you know.
It's a big can. What is that? 6 ounce or just a tall, thin 12 ounce? No, that's got to be 16 or 14 or something.
That's like a baseball beer. That's like a $12 beer at the game.
19.2.
That would be a $25 beer at a game.
Well, it's a $37 at the concert.
Yeah, yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm going through my notes now because I wrote a lot of this stuff weeks ago. I forgot this story. We're on the plane coming back, leaving United.
Yes.
Oh yeah, they overcharge for everything.
Yes.
So we're trying to get out of Cancun, you know, with our fake tests, and we can't figure out what's going on the plane. We're not leaving. We're just kind of sitting there, and then they go over to like one row. And it was probably the 3 people you would have thought would holding up the plane. I don't know what was going on, but these 3 huge ladies get up and they escort them off the plane, and everybody's holding up their cameras, filming
what they do.
I couldn't tell. They were doing something though that they pissed off a bunch of people but there were other people jumping up with the cameras to film it like they were going to attack them and it was really weird. They pretty much escorted them off the plane. And then all of a sudden, like 2 minutes later, this other girl that was a big girl too, she's sitting off the side. All of a sudden, she just jumps up. I didn't even know she was with them because she was in a different area. And she grabs her shit and is throwing it all over. And then she gets off the plane. So they must have been 4 of them together.
See, I thought that's why you pay like a little bit more to fly United.
Exactly. I've done this on Spirit before.
Oh God. Well, the woman would have stood up and stabbed someone. That's the difference.
Yeah. Oh, on Spirit, I think a guy threw a book at me one time.
There was a booking.
No, but like you said, you pay the extra money to go on United or American or one of the bigger airlines. And then it's the same shit. So we got to Houston a little late.
We got to fly over.
You had to make a stop?
On the way back, and not on the way there, but on the way back.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you have to get off?
What do you mean?
Off the plane? Or
Oh,
did
yeah. You just walked down. It was only right down the.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
Actually, in Houston, we had to go through customs.
Oh, that's right.
You have to. And then
Yeah, you have to go through customs, and then recheck your luggage.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
Because you're coming from.
That's why I wish I would have done it all the way to Chicago, but yeah, shit happens. It was a pretty.
You saved $20.
Yeah, it was a sucky trip. Sucked.
Yeah.
It's the suckiest bunch of suck trips I've ever taken.
Now, do you know there is no places in the United States where you have unlimited, like all inclusive, right? Is there any places like that?
There is not, I believe.
You don't think so?
I wish they. No,
Otherwise, we'd be packed all the time.
Yeah, I don't think there's any all-inclusive in the United States.
See, I feel like there should be like somewhere like
because they can't afford it.
Yeah, you're right.
Here's what I think. They should do somewhere shitty in Louisiana. You're like, no one ever go there. Just make it all-inclusive. There you go.
Well, the problem with it is the reason it won't work is the same people that beg people to get paid $15 an hour go to these Mexican places and are okay, or Mexican resorts,
right?
And okay, them making $1 an hour.
Yeah, that's why $20 gets you everything.
That's why you get tips, and that's why you can get away with it because they don't pay their employees nothing. Here, you got to pay everybody, and obviously, I think people should get paid. So, I mean, you're going to be at those resorts. People aren't expect to make. I mean, they should because they're all hotel. You know, they are doing jobs. So you're paying $15 an hour. You can't get. It's going to be hard to give away free food.
That's true.
And drink too.
First day we get there, we finally get a spot by the pool because everybody had them staked out from 2 days before and put their clothes and stuff, and they left it there, which is kind of a joke. So we find a place. We're sitting there, and one of the workers comes up to us, and he starts talking. Oh, where are you guys from? And he spoke really good English. We're like, we're from the Chicago area. He's like, I lived in Elgin my whole life. I was like, oh, a drywaller, huh? He's like, yeah, how'd you know? But he got deported because he came here when he was like 1 or 2.
Oh, is that
so he got deported. He was a drywaller working in Chicago.
He couldn't stay. He was.
No, that's what I said. I said, just come back with us. The Bears game. He's a big Bears fan.
He said, you said $20 and you can get out of here.
That's what the trip. I said, jump in my suitcase. Let's go. I'll take you home.
Yes. Yeah.
You said the Bears still suck. Don't worry.
Yeah, he's a big Bears fan. So I was like, hey, you sneak back into this country. You give me a call. We're going to a Bears game.
There you go.
Yeah,
I'll put you to work too.
Yeah, Louise. Yeah. I would too. Yeah, no shit. $20.
$20.
Hey, I got a little bit on this day in sports history.
Oh, go ahead. Hit
it. So on this day in 1939, Lou Gehrig broke his consecutive streak at 20,130 games, and the Yanks beat the 2,130.
Yeah, I was like 20,000. Wow,
no, not 20,000. And the
ended yesterday.
No, Ripken's not even close.
And they beat the Tigers 22-2.
Holy shit!
And we got a 22 going on here. So in 1968, the Boston Celtics beat the LA Lakers 4-2 for their 22nd NBA championship. Isn't that ridiculous?
Yeah.
And everybody, look at this picture here.
Oh,
okay.
We have the Tyler Rose up there, the jersey. On this day in 1978, Earl Campbell from the University of Texas, who didn't have anybody drafted this year, was the first pick by the Houston Oilers. Can you see that picture there, Adam? Against the wall back there? Kind of.
I
barely see it.
Horns down.
The horns down.
That uniform there was no oil in that. It was pretty tight.
I remember when you started putting it on, and it was like a year ago, last Monday, you put that on.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we saw the picture. Yeah.
And we burned that off of me, or we cut that off? I don't remember.
I think it's still on.
I greased you up.
Yeah, I don't remember.
It's your Spanx.
I need a lot of yoga to fit in that thing.
We poured IPA on you.
Coming down, we'll sign you up.
Yeah, there you
First
go.
class free.
Oh, first class free. When we go to the Bear Lion games here, we'll go to yoga.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be cool. It'd be fun to do something stupid like that.
Yeah.
Just
And we're
off
all
the
gonna
wall.
eat beans and hard-boiled eggs the night before.
Eat some,
Oh my God, Willie wants to fart in yoga. I don't know what it is. That's all he wants to do is fart in yoga.
I want you to fart yoga.
What was
I
the
can't.
stuff that Kramer fed
Hey.
the horses? We'll eat that.
Oh,
Can you imagine that fart
EPO or
105-degree heat?
Oh,
yeah.
You'd show up 2 weeks later, it'd still be there.
linger.
They'd hate us there. They would absolutely hate us.
Adam never come back.
Willie's testicles hanging out from his. What do you wear for pants? Like
I'm gonna get some
stretch
fake
pants?
balls and have my balls hanging out like in Bad Grandpa.
Yeah, that's like a picture.
So it'd be like a normal Monday.
Yeah, it'd be like yeah.
I don't know what the difference here we're talking about.
It's like when we go to Spanky's. Or,
Yeah.
Get some noodles.
Yeah.
On this day in 1988, Reds manager Pete Rose is suspended for 30 days for pushing an umpire. And then on this day in 1999, John Elway announces his retirement from the NFL.
So it was right before the draft, I'm guessing.
Yeah, after he won back-to-backs, he retired.
Got a few birthdays here. David Beckham. How old do you think he is?
48.
I was going to say 43.
48?
43.
I'm going to say 39.
47.
Oh, wow.
Oh, he's almost my age.
Yeah. Close, yeah.
Man, we look pretty much the same, man, physically.
It's a Cheeto shirt.
Can't you tell?
That's a soccer jersey.
Hey,
I would kill his wife if I was on top of her. I would kill her. I don't know. They call it smothering. I don't know. It's like, Ed, how is the sex? It's better for me than her.
No, she likes the asphyxiation thing.
She would
have lays on her.
She would really have to love it because it.
Oh, Christ.
Like 2 days later before I got rolled off of her.
All right, Kyle Busch.
Okay, Kyle Busch.
How old is he?
Kyle Busch.
44.
Kurt was 44. Kurt was. I'm trying to think who's older. Kyle. I think Kyle's younger. So I'm gonna say 39.
37.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
Hit the ding.
There you go. 37. Yeah.
Some celebrity birthdays.
Okay.
My favorite, Engelbert Humperdinck.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say 84.
79.
I'm going to say he's dead.
That's a good guess.
86.
Wow. Yeah. Anima, you were the closest.
Paul George.
A basketball player?
32.
Oh, I don't even know. Probably 33.
Paul George. I don't even know who the fuck that
You don't even know who he is.
Yeah.
Give yourself the ding.
Let's go with 38.
Yeah, well,
There's 32.
32.
Oh, yeah.
And last but not least, friend of the show,
Boy George.
Dwayne Johnson.
Oh, The Rock.
The Rock.
All right. 54.
Ooh. I don't like that. $1. 54. Go ahead, Ed.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson. He's older. I'm going to say 56.
I'm going to go 46.
50.
Oh, my age.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. You guys look almost the same.
Yeah.
Other than you're blacker than him.
And I have more hair. And I have more hair.
That's true. That is true.
He's a better actor, though. No offense.
I don't know. That's close.
Oh.
Hey, no other.
It's close.
That's all I got right there. That's all I
That's
got.
it, okay.
That's it.
I want to see that Jungle River thing or whatever. What's it called? African Queen or
No, Jungle Cruise.
Jungle Cruise? Yeah,
African Queen was a Humphrey Bogart, wasn't it?
yeah. I was way off.
So let's Adam can finish the show with us real quick. I just want to talk about the draft for a minute again. Who do you think had the best draft? I think I'm going to go with the consensus, and they do it every year. This team is crazy, no matter who their GM. The Baltimore Ravens.
Oh, yeah.
They just get it right. The only thing coming out of Baltimore was the Hollywood Brown leaving, and Lamar Jackson wanting more money. It's weird when your best receiver says, "No offense, Lamar, but I'm going to play with Kyler Murray."
Yeah,
it's kind of weird to me.
But now he's going to be the number one because Hopkins is out.
And I give Hollywood Brown credit because he was very quiet about this. He didn't go in the media. He didn't pound his fist. Nobody knew about it until trade. And he was been in the works for a couple weeks. It was handled like an organization to handle these things. The quiet behind the scenes, kind of like the Packers did it. Nobody knew Devontae Adams was getting traded. It was quiet, and it just happened.
But then Lamar's tweet right off what the fuck?
Yeah, and then he's like, not the lineman we drafted, because he wanted to make sure people don't think it was a lineman they drafted, because they got a great center. I think that's when they got the center right. The kid, let me look it up.
Every guy they drafted was ranked higher.
Linderbaum?
Yeah, they got Kyle Hamilton, who we all loved that night we were talking.
Great.
They got Linderbaum, might be the best lineman in the draft. They got David Ojabo, which is a great pick. He comes back next year. He's awesome.
Essentially Rashawn Gary type thing where he was going to be injured that first year.
Yep.
So my question is, all these draft rankings, do they do a comparison of 4 years ago?
We talked about
all
that.
the time.
Yeah. They should do an Eat Crow episode.
Eat Crow. These guys should go on and say, here's what I said 4 years ago.
Now, what is the range? Is it 2 to 3 or is it 4 to 5? When
I would say 3 years you should do your draft talk. We should talk about 3 years ago, because that's because third year is usually receivers after the third year. So maybe 4, because usually good receivers. 2019, right? It takes 3 years for receivers usually to. You don't really have Justin Jeffersons and guys like that real quick to click. It takes a couple years. Look at Devontae Adams. Look at T. Higgins is a guy who kind of was slow and got the right offense around. Jamar Chase is a special kid.
Yeah, I mean,
Justin Jefferson special. Jalen Waddle, they're special.
Well, you can
players.
look at all the receivers. I mean, DJ Shark a couple years ago. Those guys, it took them a year.
He's a Lion now, right? DJ Shark.
Yeah.
Ready for the 2019 Detroit Lions?
Yeah, here you go. Let's hear it. Good. I like it. Yeah, let's hear it.
Number 1, TJ Hawkinson.
I like him.
Good pick.
It was like the 8th or 10th pick, right?
8.
Yeah.
It was the 8th.
Yeah, 8.
Okay.
The rest of them, couldn't even tell you who they are. Jahani Travia, William Harris, Austin Bryant, Amani.
Tumor?
There's a lot. It's an O and a lot of vowels. And
you know what? If he was good, we know him. So you don't have to say
exactly. Travis, no, there's no one good.
Hawkinson's real good, though.
No, okay. I would say he's fine. For number 8 overall, he's okay.
Yeah, he should be. For number 8 overall, he should be Travis Kelce.
He should be, correct.
But he's a bad offense. If TJ Hawkinson was in KC, would he be Travis Kelce?
Maybe, maybe not.
That's the thing. You got to look at that.
I think this year you're going to find out. They've got some receivers.
Yeah,
Swift.
Because last year was
Swift's
just
in
him.
his third year too.
Last year was just him in Detroit.
Yeah,
Hawkinson by himself.
Amon-Ra.
Yeah, and the one guy came out. St. Brown came out at the end.
Yeah, Amon-Ra.
Amon-Ra, he came on towards the end. Yeah, last 4 weeks, right?
Yeah.
Now, how many games did you see Lions games last year?
They
were all blacked out.
No. I watched them.
No, did you go to a game?
Oh no, I've been to a couple Lions games. No. I went to the Dallas Cowboys 2021 versus Lions at home, maybe 2020. Yeah. No.
Yeah, 21 was last year.
Anyway, so yeah, and it was brutal. They still had Stafford. Actually, they had Stafford, but they were playing the third stringer because everyone's hurt.
David Blah.
Yeah.
I went to the best Lions game ever. The 4-doink game off the post.
Oh, the Baltimore?
We were there.
No, the Bears.
Oh, yeah, the one you're talking about when they won.
His
Was Cody Parkey.
Cody Parkey hit the post
you
4 times.
agree with me that the Lions have lost more ways than anyone in NFL history.
Hail Mary, longest field goal off the bottom cross.
Butt fumbles.
Yeah.
No, not butt fumbles, but Calvin Johnson fumbling at the
We were at that
point.
game. We were at that game too when he didn't complete the toss.
catch.
Or the catch, I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
which by the way, that's the Calvin Johnson rule. Total shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, that was the one going out of the end zone or whatever. Yeah, I
yeah.
remember that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, which
No,
the
but
rule
there was a
was he
Seattle
had to
game
go to
that
the
year.
locker room and sit down and then take his shoes off before it was,
had to get on a team bus with the
yeah,
ball.
and then it was ridiculous.
Yeah, it was a bad call.
But then the same year, I believe it was Seattle. They literally were about to march in the end zone, and someone fumbled at the .01 yard line to lose the game or something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
They're good at that stuff.
They're
Lions are cursed.
They are cursed.
But
They're the
they're
White
like
Sox.
the Cubs.
Yeah, but the Cubs did win a World Series in the last couple of years.
Yeah, but only 100 and something years it took.
That's
The Lions have only been
Yeah, but the Cubs,
one playoff game since 1957.
the Cubs have been to the
the one they
playoffs.
beat the Cowboys and then
Yes.
lost to the Redskins the next
Yes.
week.
Yep.
Yeah.
1991. I want to
That was
say.
Wayne Fonts.
Cocaine Wayne Fonts.
Cocaine Wayne.
Yeah, that was a good team though. They had
Eric Kramer
yeah,
was their quarterback. They had Johnny Morton, I believe. Wasn't he there, or is
Yep.
that too old?
Herman Moore was
Herman
there.
Moore,
Herman
Johnny
Moore.
Morton. They were
Yeah.
both there.
Yeah.
I would say Billy Sims. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
Sanders was Sanders there at the time? Yeah, he
Alright.
might have been 91.
Might have been.
Yeah, because he was drafted in the 80s. Yeah, he was there in 91. Yeah. He was probably third year, fourth year in. Good
Good
line. They had a
question.
good team.
Quick question before we end. All right, this is kind of random. I don't know if anyone's got any knowledge on this. What's the next sports city to get a major professional sports team, either transferred or a new one to them?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Billings, Montana.
The city that should, I mean, there's so many cities. It's weird because how about like an Iowa city? It's weird, but Iowa would, I
No.
think, support a team. I really do.
They would, but it wouldn't. It never happened.
Well, yeah.
Columbus, Ohio,
Yeah.
Cleveland or Cincinnati
think
Bengals
it's-
move there.
Well, no,
It's the center of the state.
and I don't know if they leave Cleveland or Cincinnati.
I don't know.
I just think it might be hockey. You know what's going on with Phoenix? They're going to play in a college stadium.
Yeah,
Yeah.
could be.
So what's
Houston.
happened?
Buffalo got a new stadium for football, right?
They're going to, yeah.
Yeah, so they're fine.
What happened to what's going to happen to that stadium that they play hockey in right now? They tearing it down.
Well, no. So they're having a rift with Glendale, which is shit anyway for the location. But supposedly the city of Glendale, they're playing hardball. They're saying the team's getting too good of a deal. So now the team is going to go play at Arizona State, about a 5,000 seat facility for the next 2 years until they figure out some sort of arena deal. Hopefully they say in Scottsdale, which would probably be the best place for them, but that is not confirmed. So
Where's Jared at?
Scottsdale.
He's Scottsdale. Glendale's right there, though, isn't it?
Yeah, Glendale is where the Cardinals play.
That's what I was gonna say. That's where all the teams are there. Even baseball.
No, I thought that they moved.
I swear the Cardinals stayed in Glendale. I thought.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Glendale's right downtown.
Yeah,
No, they stayed outside because they got that. It's that huge. Looks like a spaceship kind of. It's like
Yeah.
a real silver dome thing.
and they have to roll the turf
Field gets
outside.
moved in and out. Yeah, yeah.
You said they do that in Vegas, right?
Vegas, yeah. Vegas is taller though. It's 4 feet. It's only 2 feet in. It's only 2 feet in. 2 feet thick in Phoenix,
Phoenix,
or
okay.
wherever they are for
Yeah.
the Cardinals.
Huh, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's a
So
crazy.
anyway, you guys got any picks there?
Trying to think here. I'm thinking like, geez. You try to think of all these places that should have one, huh?
Tennessee.
Well,
got Titans, I guess. Yeah, you can't go there. Any sports team though, you're
It's in
saying
Glendale.
Glendale, is it?
Yeah.
I'm trying.
It's right on the edge of Glendale. No,
I'm
it says Glendale Sports and Entertainment.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
you're right.
just trying to
but
think.
what would they get there? They got hockey. Well, I mean,
Yeah, the hockey arena's right across the street.
Right.
Yeah, so what the hell?
Yeah, I don't know. They're so tough. I mean, I'm just trying to look for cities that don't have any. How about like Oklahoma? Oklahoma City getting a football team.
It's gonna be LA or something again.
No, I mean you got to think outside the box. I mean,
we should just have an LA division. 14.
Yeah, that doesn't count.
I mean,
Yeah.
how about I mean,
Does the Oakland A's move here? They haven't had a new stadium in 50.
Okay. There you go. I think that might be a good one.
So,
Oklahoma City.
Oklahoma City.
They get the crowd for basketball. They've
They
shown
have the
their
Drillers baseball team there,
yeah,
right?
I mean, why
Yeah.
not get a football team?
Or
Oklahoma,
How
they're
about-
big.
That's
they're
the Tulsa Drillers.
They're big
How about,
Cowboys
how about
fans.
New Orleans for baseball?
Yeah.
They've had a pretty good AAA.
How about hockey?
I don't know enough about who's short in hockey. You know, that's going to be
Houston.
Houston would be a
Houston
great.
and Quebec City are kind of the two that are like.
Quebec City's had 10 chances.
The Nordiques.
Yeah.
That's where Joe Sakic started.
Hey, should Montreal get a chance to have a baseball team again?
No,
because
they don't support it at all.
Yeah, they did when they were good. They just.
I mean, they were great that year.
Did
that was a
they
great team.
Did they move them or did the owners move them?
Yeah, probably a little of both. That was 94 or whatever, 93.
Yeah, the
That team
Expos.
was one of the best teams ever, and they didn't even get to finish the season.
Right.
I think it's a good question.
They were on a
'cause-
collision course with the White Sox that year.
Yeah,
That might have to be brought up and take that note down, you guys, and do some research there.
Yeah. Have to do
Sports
that.
City.
I mean, with hockey, I mean, there's no Kansas City teams. There's no. I mean, the
maybe
whole
that'll be our poll question next week.
They have an ECHL team, the Kansas City Mavericks.
yeah.
All
So it might be a good. St. Louis has already got a team though, right?
Yeah, I think Houston or Quebec City are the two big cities that have a hockey appetite.
How about San Antonio? They're
Mm.
more of a better area around it. It's like a city walk. They're known
Yeah.
for everything. They're more touristy.
Yeah,
Getting a
that might
hockey team there.
be better than
Really?
Houston.
I'm looking at like the
How come Anchorage can't get a hockey team? Oh, it's beautiful up there.
well,
Lots of crime.
it's gonna be London for football. You
I was
watch.
thinking
yeah.
the same thing as
and
football.
I totally against that, but that's just me.
But 8 a.m. football wouldn't be too bad on Sundays.
Yeah. I mean, if anything, move a team to
The Packers play in London this year, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
yeah against somebody. First time ever for the
Yeah.
Packers. It's a road game for them, obviously, because they're not gonna. There's no way the Packers.
No,
should
it was
go
their home game.
It is. Oh, because
Yeah.
they have an extra game now, though. So I guess it's,
Yep.
they still get the 8 games then. Yeah. So, well, let's head to closing thoughts. Let's let the guest of the show, Adam. Any closing thoughts for us this week?
Closing thoughts.
It doesn't have to be profound either.
Yeah. Anything.
Okay, all right. Since my sponsor's on the show here, all right, go around the room. Everyone's bank.
Mine is Johnson Bank.
North Shore Bank.
Chase.
All right, there you go. That's
That's
my
closing thought. Look at
closing thought. Basketball sucks. Fuck LeBron. And
That's
the
that's
Geyser plan is in full effect.
that's
and
the
go Lions.
sangria talking.
Thank God it's watered down ice.
More ice, honey, more ice.
And fuck homeless people.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ed, closing
Throw
thoughts.
Bibles at you.
Finally, somebody agrees with me on the show.
Go ahead, Ed.
You guys ever watch TV? Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
After 40 years of watching all these shows like Law and Order, NCIS, CSI, I realized that government workers have no problem wasting taxpayer money on these shows. Fez, he's on like that NCIS now. I don't know what his name is on there.
Wilder Villaramo.
Yeah, he's on NCIS.
Yeah.
I'm watching an episode yesterday. I've barely seen him since he's been on there. He's like, they're like, where have you been? Oh, I've been working on my taxes. And I'm sitting there going, on fucking government time, that's my time. You're working on taxes. There's like dead sailors all over the place. You know, and then I'm watching then Law and Order after that, and they're like, oh, we won the case. Let's get the bottle of liquor out and start drinking. In a government building, you're drinking fucking whiskey on my dime. Yeah, so I don't know. I just
Probably better work being done though.
it bothers. Well, you know where they're saving the money? You guys know
Right.
where they're saving the money, right?
Huh.
They don't get light bulbs. You ever go in one? They're doing like an autopsy, and there's like one light bulb in the room, or they're doing an interview, and there's like no
And there's
light.
water dripping in the corner.
I'm watching Ozark yesterday, and it's like they have this big FBI thing, and that's I don't want to ruin it all. You
I
know,
only watched 2 of them, so yeah.
Yeah, I don't wanna ruin it.
We're gonna talk about Ozark next week.
yeah, and it's like pitch black in there. I'm like, they don't have a goddamn light. Jesus. So anyway, so the low electric bills, I guess, even everything out.
Yes.
Willie,
All right,
closing
all right.
thoughts.
Speaking of, these shows, would you rather have them do it like they did, the bold
Adam's done.
Uh-oh, someone passed out.
Second bottle of sangria.
Oh, he's getting ice.
Yes.
All right. He just broke the glass.
He's got more ice on the floor than his cup.
The dog's over there looking up. So remember when the Bulls, they did their, what was it called? What was the show?
The Last Dance.
The Last Dance. Okay. Remember how we talked about that every Monday?
Yeah.
Because it only came out once
Yeah,
a week. And I think I'd rather have all these shows do it that way instead of binging, where you can binge the whole
I
thing.
agree.
Right?
Jordan laughing at Adam.
Another bottle.
Right.
Oh, he's got another bottle. Wow.
It was $2.95.
Do you have to work tomorrow?
I hope he's not flying the plane.
He'll show up with purple lips
I flew on Easter and then I got in
and
there
red teeth. He smiled at everybody.
drinking like out of a Diet Coke can. It's like, there's a great Always Sunny in Philadelphia where
I'm
they
just ready. I'm preparing myself for that fucking homeless guy tomorrow morning. He's gonna get it tomorrow.
He's gonna scare him with his red teeth and purple lips.
Joker.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's all you got, Willie?
No, that's what I got. That's what I'm thinking
what
about.
he even
Willie,
said.
real quick. Sorry, you never got who do you got cup winner? Real quick.
I like the Maple Leafs, just to piss you off.
I was gonna say
I'm gonna go with Tampa Bay.
I'll say
Three-peat.
Colorado.
Three-peat,
Did anybody
Tampa
else say Colorado?
He said Colorado.
I did.
Okay.
Chalk all the way
Yeah, I
through.
missed that.
I'm taking Tampa Bay 3-peat.
Yeah.
Yeah, tough road ahead of you.
Yeah.
We got their ass whooped tonight.
I take.
That's all right. The Leafs scored all their goals tonight.
Ain't no hill for a climber. So you're good, Willie?
I'm
Everything-
good.
okay.
I'm good.
So once again, we had a Basement Bench Warmers podcast. Adam, thanks for joining us tonight. It was a good time.
Yes, good time.
We had fun. For Ed and Willie, I am Scott. Next week we'll little NBA playoff talk, more MLB, maybe NFL.
Go Wings. Go Wings. Go Lions. Fuck the Bears.
Once again, with the Basement Bench Warmers podcast. Thanks and have a good night.
I hate goodbyes. Sorry, folks. Park's closed.
What happened? I blacked out.
Because we did something today that no one thought we could do, including us. So we're going out, we're celebrating, and we're going to rub it in this city's face.
I swear I've seen a lot of stuff in my life, but that was awesome. Bye, Felicia.
Kids, there's Big Ben and there's Parliament.
I'd give them more buys and highs.
Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end.
Feels